artist called All for Tube Kids. And I went and I looked at their page on Social Blade, and they've gained 1.13 million subscribers in the month of November. So I was like, how did they gain that many subscribers? First, it just seems like a family vlog channel. Okay, some kind of weird titles. Contacting scary spirits with a Ouija board during our slumber party. That's kind of weird. Seems like a little clickbaity. Then the next one, scary paranormal activity in our house, moving things, scaring us. Which is also just like weird phrasing. It's just like scaring us. I don't know. And I just scrolled down some more, and then all of a sudden I started seeing all of these videos with creepy clowns in the thumbnails. Titles like Scary Killer Clown, Kick Dad in the Face Prank, Fail on Girl. I feel like there's supposed to be more verbs in that sentence or something. It's all just nouns. Scary Killer Clown, kicked, that's one verb. Dad in the face, prank, fail on girl. Do you need more verbs than that? So this channel seemed to like not really be getting that many subscribers any month. And then this past month, they gained 1 million subscribers. I mean, you can see that spike, it's huge. So I wanted to go back to where that started happening and just look to see what started that. And it looks like their first creepy clown video was posted October 22nd. So that's when they started gaining all these subscribers. And since then, literally every video, or almost every video, has a scary killer clown in the title and in the thumbnail. And it's all things like, scary killer clown found in woods, girl scared running. Scary killer clown takes off mask and cleans outside our house. Okay, so it's just like a maid clown? Killer clown breaks into our house and scares us. Scary killer clown stalks our house. Scary killer clown stalks and harasses us, girls. See what I mean about the wording? Scary killer clown stalks and harasses us, girls. That's not something that a girl would, like a little girl would write. Anyway, I should actually show you the videos. We'll watch their very first video.
People like kids in the neighborhood thought that there was a creepy person or clown or something in the woods behind us near a barn. So we decided to check it out.
Yeah, and see for ourselves.
Okay, that's a pretty good exposition right there. They give you everything you need to know about this video. Some people have been reporting a clown sighting. They decided to go check it out for themselves, as any reasonable person would. They're gonna go out into the woods and check it out. So this is an 18-minute video, and you don't see the clown until around 10 minutes in. So this is just like a balmy, long, 10-minute intro to what the entire 18-minute video is about. So I'm just gonna skip to like where the action starts to happen. I'm around 10 minutes in.
I'm not gonna let anything get there. The only thing I hear back here is like is it hyenas or foxes? Or?
I don't know.
Hyenas. I'm gonna pause it right there. I know we still haven't seen the clown yet, but I get this guy's not a biology expert. Even if you've just seen Lion King, you know hyenas are in Africa. Have you ever heard anybody in the US complaining about a hyena in their backyard?
That's creepy.
What?
That thing up there.
Yeah, what is that right there?
Okay, this is where I started to realize that this is like definitely fake. Is that this is just like either a tree house or like a hunting deer stand that somebody would set up. Not like a creepy thing at all, but they're using this to sort of like set the mood of creepiness. Like, ooh, somebody built something in our backyard. That's just like a tree house or something. Like
Somebody put that up there, huh?
Somebody really put that up there? Yeah, that's how tree houses are made, buddy. This is still taking way too long, so let's skip ahead to like when they actually see the clown.
What?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Deer. That was your leaves falling. No, it's a tree up there.
It's just the wind, honey. There's nothing to worry about. I like how the dad's playing coy. He's like, no, this will be more believable if I don't believe you that there's anything out here.
Kids in their imagination.
He's taking that one step further. That whole, I'm the adult, so I can't believe you guys. Kids in their imaginations.
Yeah, but I'm freaking scared.
I'm freaking scared. That's another thing about these videos. They say frickin' so much. It's like painful to me.
What?
Okay. So this is the first time we ever see the clown. I'd like to replay it so that we can get a glimpse of where this clown has been hiding. This clown, I don't know if it was their intention in this video, but what I got from this is that the clown has just been standing in this tall grass for the past like week or however long that people have been complaining. Like this is where he lives, is just in this tall grass, and they happen to like stumble upon his like living place. Or maybe he lives on top of that platform on those trees. He just lives up there. Either way, I don't know why it made me laugh just to see him, just this clown standing in the middle of the grass. And now he's brushing this grass out of the way with whatever. It's a shovel. He's brushing the grass out of the way with a shovel.
Daddy!
Why?
There's a freaking clown!
There's a freaking clown! There's a freaking clown! Here he comes now, shovel and all. First off, if he does live in the woods, he's got a remarkably clean clown costume. Doesn't look dirty at all. Everything about him looks very clean. I guess kudos to him for that. So now, I think what I'm hearing is the clown laughing. Really, it sounds just like a middle-aged woman laughing. That's the menacing laugh of the clown that lives in your backyard. Ha 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 ha! What is that? It doesn't even sound convincing. Like, it sounds like a forced middle-aged woman's laugh. It's not like a genuinely menacing, like, crazy person's ah ha ha ha! It's just ha ha! This part's great. It's this intense battle scene between the dad and the clown. Okay, here goes Dad. He sort of jukes out the clown. You can see him doing a little juke move there. Meanwhile, the clown is laughing. Okay, so for some reason the clown's not swinging the shovel. It's just sort of holding it like this, which makes it super easy for the dad to just grab the shovel. And now it's just tug of war, baby. It's, you know, strongest man will win. It's this old dude from Jersey, I guess, from his accent, versus this clown who's just a middle-aged woman in a costume. You know who's gonna win. They tug of war for a little while, and he's able to... Okay, here's the thing, is that the dad doesn't kick the clown at all, doesn't try to shove an elbow at the clown. They're literally just pulling back and forth, yanking, trying to get the shovel out of each other's hand. The clown's not kicking the dad's not kicking the clown. Somebody used their feet. That's how you can tell that this is just like the dad's wife or, I don't know, his girlfriend or something in a clown costume, because he's not kicking her. You have feet for a reason, for kicking clowns. Dad gets the shovel, breaks free.
Just keep going. I'll catch you up. Don't worry about me.
That's the heroic dad factor. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I'm making $15,000 at least off this YouTube ad money. I like how they vlogged this entire thing too. They also haven't called the police. They're just walking through the woods. Yeah, the safest thing to do at this point would just be to walk back to our house and act like nothing happened. So that's their plan as of right now, I guess. By the way, this video is 18 minutes long and it contains a lot of just unnecessarily long shots of people walking and breathing heavily. Like, this has just been 20 seconds of...
Hold on. I'm out of breath.
Don't get it cold, it's running!
I'm out of breath.
I like the music that they put in this. Like, if this happened to your family, this is traumatizing event, this clown comes out of the woods behind your house, it attacks your dad wrestles the shovel away. You know, it's this whole traumatic experience, and you get somehow you catch it all on video. And then you decide, hey, we should upload it to YouTube, and we should put scary, dramatic music behind it. Because that's what you see when you see real tragic events happen, right?
Wait, did you lock the door?
Yeah.
Alright, now here comes the clown up the hill. You know, for whatever reason, the clown decides not to cut his losses at losing his shovel.
Probably some teen punk in the neighborhood just messing with us.
It's probably some teen punk in the neighborhood just messing with us. Or it's some middle-aged woman. Teenage punk? I mean, this dude is like, it's just the accumulation of somebody who has watched many horror movies and figured out exactly what all the adults in horror movies say. Oh, kids and their imaginations. Go on without me, I'll be the hero. And then it's just some teen punk in the neighborhood. All things that are said by people in horror movies and not real life.
Okay. Go,
Now it's inside just pressing its face up against the window like a real bad guy does. When's the last time you saw somebody trying to break into somebody's house and they were just pressed up against the window?
It's locked, it's locked, it's locked, is it?
It's locked! And clowns can't break through glass. It's a well-known fact, just like vampires can't go out in the sunlight. Clowns can't break glass.
Get away from the door, get away from the door! Get away from the door, just get away from the door!
I've got an idea, let's call the police. They're back at home. I hope they have a landline, or at least their cell phones on them. No, we gotta take matters into our own hands. Let's just hide until it goes away. It'll probably go away, right? It's come this far. So that's like the end of all of the clown action in this video. If you liked their video, you should go check out their channel. They've got around 900,000 other videos about this clown. Not actually, I think they do have like 50 though. So that's crazy. It's just crazy that so many people actually believe this is real in the first place. So if you guys like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and if you really liked it, then maybe hit that bell next to the subscribe button. It's basically just like a notification button, so every time I post a new video, you'll get notified, so you know you won't miss any of my videos. If you want me to make more videos like this, I don't really know what genre this is, but just, I guess comment if you want me to look at any other weird videos on the internet and give my commentary. You can check out some of my other videos right here, subscribe right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
After MGK released his song Emo Girl and then followed it up by appearing in a bunch of insane interviews with Megan Fox talking about their love life, I think we're pretty good on MGK for a while. We don't need any more music. We don't need any more public appearances. We're good. We don't need to know any more about MGK's personal life. And folks, I think MGK finally took notice and he listened. He said, all right, look guys, I get it. No more music, no more interviews. I'm gonna take some time and I'm going to release a stoner comedy movie instead. So he hunkered down and he wrote and directed this movie Good Morning, which currently has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. We got a good thing going here. 2 movies in a row with 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. What's the opposite of a Renaissance man? You know how people, when people can like act and sing and direct, like Donald Glover, people call him a Renaissance man. MGK is like a Dark Ages man. MGK is a medieval man. Also, sorry if I sound sick. Sorry. The moment this movie starts, MGK, aka his character London Clash, gets kind of a weird good morning text from his girlfriend Apple.
Who's texting me? Oh, it's Apple.
The texts say, I wish I didn't have to do this through text, and then good morning, but she spells morning with a U. Now you might think that this would make London a little bit confused, but then realize, oh, it's just a typo. And you'd be right. He does have both of those thoughts. The problem with this movie is that the entire movie takes place between those two things happening. This entire movie is about MGK being confused about what those texts meant. Before he gets too concerned, he has to Google what morning with a U means. He's like, my fans are probably young enough that both of their grandparents are still alive. I should probably explain what morning is.
Well, today should be interesting.
Yeah, they let you know right away that this movie was written by a millennial. Well, today's gonna be kind of weird. MGK wrote the entire movie like this. So this just happened. Yeah, so the conflict at the beginning of this movie is that London thinks that Apple is breaking up with him. That text was a breakup text. Sorry to have to do this through text. Good morning, as in like happy morning our relationship. What kind of person is Apple that he assumes the text good morning means have a good time with your depression now? Look, this relationship isn't working. We're just growing apart. I just feel like you need to have a happy morning now. A happy grieving to you, good sir. When they introduce this character, she better be like wearing a top hat and carrying around a cane. It's gonna make a lot more sense when that happens.
Good morning, good morning.
Today might suck, guys. I'm adulting today. All right, guys, it's time to attend the MGK School of Acting. You're about to step into an ice-cold shower. How do you react when the water hits your body? Shiver! Grab your arms to make yourself warm. Okay, those are good answers. Let's ask Professor Gun Kelly. Ooh, sorry, you guys all get Fs. Your punishment? You have to look at MGK's ass. That is just horrendous. I never wanted to see that.
You know why it sucks when you're going through it with your partner?
You're not going through it with your partner. She sent you one understandable typo, dude. Everything's fine. You're fine.
Yo, does this look like a breakup text to you, or am I tripping? Yes.
Yeah, dude, take it from the weirdest looking man you've ever seen who falls asleep in his cereal mid-conversation. That's a breakup text. I don't mean to shame this man's appearance. I think Cody Ko looks great here. This is Cody Ko if TMG made hyperpop music. This man has never sent a normal text in his life. I'm surprised he wasn't like, no, that's about as incoherent and cryptic as I usually am in my text. You're probably fine. His friend is clearly sick. At the beginning of the scene, he throws up on the microwave, and at the end of the scene, he drowns in his cereal bowl, and MGK leaves him to die. MGK, your friend is sick. Help him. And so am I. Goddamn. Also, just like a fun little continuity note, at the beginning of this scene, there wasn't a water bottle on the table, and then at the end of the scene, there is. So, that's probably why this movie has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ass continuity. I'm a stickler for details.
Meet Kennedy.
Uh-oh, guys. Megan Fox is here, and she's not like other girls. Megan Fox plays a girl named Kennedy, who's actually not the main love interest in this movie. Her character is actually lesbian, and at the beginning of this movie, MGK explains how, like, she hates boys, but she lives with all these boys, and so she's moving out, which MGK explains right after he forgets his line.
It's in rice.
Come on, you got it, dude. You wrote the movie, you should know it.
Please don't move out.
Yes! He did it! He remembered! It's a pretty long line. I'll cut him some slack. Throughout the beginning of the movie, they're constantly introducing new characters, and every character in this movie has some kind of weird quirk. This friend, like, did too many drugs at a music festival, and now he's kind of loopy. This guy is always throwing water balloons at people. This guy, like, smokes a lot of weed. It seems like MGK wrote this movie with just a bunch of crazy, weird characters, because the only, like, joke that he can think of to put in this movie is another character saying something weird or dumb, and him just kind of looking at them being like, that was kind of weird or dumb.
Mercury is in Everglades.
It's retrograde, Leo.
Every time he introduces a new character, there's narration that explains what the weird quirk about these characters are.
This is Angel. Meet Maxine Goldberg.
But they kind of don't, like, explain really what I want to know about these characters.
This is Dylan. I met him when he was working at In-N-Out, and he used to hook me up with free burgers and shakes. He's been my boy ever since.
We don't care that he used to work at In-N-Out. That is so irrelevant. Please tell us why he's so sick. Why is he throwing up and passing out? That's more interesting. The reason that London Clash is so rich and cool that he lives in Rice Gum's house is that he is an actor. So throughout the movie, he's doing actor type things. Like, he films this self-audition tape. I don't really know what he's auditioning for. It kind of seems like he's auditioning for everything and also nothing all at once.
Okay, this is my impersonation of Draco Malfoy looking for drugs.
Where's the pot, Potter? I don't like Draco very much.
Honestly, this scene is pretty sad. I felt bad watching it. They don't explain what he's supposed to be auditioning for in this self-tape, but whatever it is, Jake Novak has a better chance of getting the role.
I want to be the next SNL cast member.
Now here's where the movie prevents the second conflict. That's right, this movie has two conflicts. The first is he gets that text with the typo, but the second is that today he has the biggest audition of his career. And no, it wasn't that self-tape audition. I guess they just kind of threw that in for goofs. He's auditioning to be the next Batman.
I'm still waiting to hear from my agent about this Batman role.
So, throughout the movie, London is faced with two equally important problems. The first, he has to prepare for the most life-changing, career-making audition of his life. And the second is that he's having a little bit of trouble getting a hold of his girlfriend. The stakes can't get much higher than this, folks. But Danny, can't he just prepare for the audition and then try to get a hold of his girlfriend later that day or tomorrow at the latest? No! They could be dead tomorrow, especially that one guy. He could die any second. They have to do both of them today. This movie kind of feels like a Lele Pons YouTube skit from like 2017, but instead of like 10 minutes long, it's an hour and a half long. From the sound effects to the uncomfortable silence between every spoken line in this movie.
Why would you give me goat milk?
I watched an interview. You said you like goat milk.
I can't tell if they're using the awkward silence for like comedic effect to like really hammer home that like, these guys are kind of weird. Or if the silence is more just because nobody knows their lines very well. There's another option that they added in all these pauses in the movie because we're supposed to be laughing at the things that they're saying in the movie. So they added in nice little pauses for us to laugh.
She left with the dude?
A buff dude. And they had bags. And yes, they left together.
In fact, it kind of feels like, have you ever seen people who have edited The Big Bang Theory so that it doesn't have the laugh track to show how like bad all of the jokes are?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Denise, the new assistant manager.
That's kind of what this movie feels like.
Are your eyes all watery?
Because I'm high.
That's way better. Bazunga. It's so fitting that this movie feels like a bad YouTube video from 5 years ago because I'm pretty sure they filmed this at Rice Gum's old house. Did something happen in that house? Is there like a curse? 100 years ago, one of Hollywood's earliest YouTubers died in that house and now all the content that's created there is cursed to be mad disappointing. Okay, so now they got to investigate what's happened to Apple. London's phone is broken, so he can't contact her, so the only thing he can do is go looking for her. So he goes to the last place she was seen and talks to Pete Davidson.
Did you see Apple?
Yeah, she was just here like 2 minutes ago.
Did she say where she was going?
You know what? She did. She actually... No, are you fucking crazy? You guys never talk to me. I mean, the only reason you know my name is because it's on my name tag. Right there. B-E-R-R-Y. Barry.
Pete Davidson feels like he's not really invested in this movie at all. He breaks the fourth wall a little bit too much in this movie. He reads his name tag like he's making fun of the fact that it doesn't say Pete Davidson. He's like, Barry. That's not my real name. My real name's Pete. It's funny because I'm very clearly Pete Davidson and not some guy named Barry who works at a valet stand. There's also a scene later on in the movie where he looks directly into the lens of the camera. I think they could have cut that out. Well, talking to Pete Davidson, sorry, Barry. It's just so funny that he's pretending to be Barry. Talking to Barry didn't get him any leads, so I guess that means now it's time to go to his audition. No, sorry. Sorry, he breaks into Apple's house to find clues?
Find clues, please.
Find clues of what? What might she have left lying around that would indicate whether she made a typo this morning or not? They find a bag of her fingers? She was missing her fingers this morning. That's why she fucked up the text. Oh. We should probably call the police, right?
I'm not breaking into my girlfriend's house. Can't believe I'm breaking into my girlfriend's house.
Me neither, dude. Your life is pretty crazy. London Clash is so dumb. He makes the worst decisions at every move in this movie, okay? While they're in Apple's house, one of London's friends knocks over every single urn on the mantle and ashes go everywhere. And so they're like, oh shit, we have to put back the urns and then refill the ashes. But they're like, the only problem is, where are we supposed to find ashes? Where are we gonna find enough ashes to fill up these urns? But like, they didn't lose the ashes. They all just fell on the floor. They could just sweep them up and put them back in urns. It's like MGK was like constantly forgetting what previously happened in movies, and so the plot is being driven forward by things that just aren't problems. So anyway, as I said, this is a stoner comedy. You can probably guess the solution they think of to produce a bunch of ashes to fill back up the urns. Yep. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Bunch of weed. This movie's crazy. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Well, at least this dumbass plan that doesn't make any sense is gonna result in like some crazy shit happening, right? Something funny's bound to happen now, right? Wrong. They just spend like 10 minutes having a boring ass smoke session on the couch. And then one of them tries to talk to a lobster. They really sat around writing this movie and were like, what's the craziest thing that could happen while we're high? And then settled on talking to a lobster. You know, since weed is legalized in a lot of places like California, where they filmed this, I feel like stoner comedies aren't nearly as like interesting or edgy as they used to be. You know, smoking used to be kind of like a fringe culture. It doesn't really feel like this is like, it's like that crazy or funny anymore. This is a scene of 4 adults sitting around a living room and obeying the law.
Why did you spell it like that?
It's a typo.
Oh my god, it was a typo all along? Who would have guessed that? So I guess now the movie can end now, right? The movie can't end now, right? The movie can end now, right? There's 30 minutes left in this movie? What the fuck is gonna happen? What are they gonna do for 30 more minutes? Sit at a diner, apparently. So you're probably wondering how they wrap this whole thing up, huh? MGK missed his audition, he's not getting the role. His girlfriend is pissed off at him. How are they gonna wrap this movie up? Some sort of grand gesture that wins over both the director and the girlfriend? No, obviously not. That would make too much sense. London Clash gets the role because the director happened to see an Instagram live stream where London Clash gets punched in the face by Dennis Rodman, and the director just assumes that London Clash did that because he wanted to like impress him or something. It's a whole other plot line that I didn't really go into in this video, but it doesn't make any sense in the movie either. So he's got the role, now the only thing left is to get the girl, which he does by sending her a text at the diner being like, can we talk? And she's like, sure. And so they're driving to meet each other. He's texting her the whole way. He's texting and driving, and they get into a car crash, and then they are both paralyzed. That face says it all. That just happened. That's the resolution. He almost murders her. Irresponsible. He was texting and driving and he almost murders his girlfriend, and that's how it ends. After the credits roll, there's like a fun little blooper reel where we get to see the actors like messing around and not knowing their lines very well, which would have been a lot more fun if I hadn't felt like I had just watched an hour and a half of exactly that. Well, folks, what do you think? From rapper to pop punk icon to writer, director, and actor extraordinaire, which do you think MGK did best? Leave it in the comments down below. What do you think he'll get up to next? It's anyone's guess at this point. Professional fencer? Or maybe like a chef? He'll start just making food. That might be kind of sick. And you know what? All he would need to get started is HelloFresh. America's #1 meal kit and the sponsor of this video. Guys, I love HelloFresh. They send you fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, so you can savor delicious summer flavors right from home. I love getting a HelloFresh box because you know what it means? It means I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna eat for dinner every night. I'm not gonna find myself driving to some fast food chain to get a quick meal because I know I've got a quality meal that I can whip up in like 35 minutes right at home. And I know it's gonna be tasty. I know it's gonna be healthy. If you're trying to stick to a particular health goal, HelloFresh has you covered because they have veggie options, fit and wholesome options, and pescatarian options. So HelloFresh fits a variety of lifestyles. Their plans are super flexible. You can pause 1 week if you want to. You can add more food 1 week if you want to. And even if you're on vacation, you can change the delivery address to deliver to your vacation destination. And then you can have home-cooked meals when you're at the family reunion. HelloFresh is the very first carbon-neutral meal kit company, and nearly all of their packaging is recyclable. They help cut down on food waste because they send you pre-portioned ingredients so you're only using what you need. So if you want to check out HelloFresh and have a flavorful summer, then head on over to HelloFresh.com. Use my code TrulyGreg16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com. Thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out HelloFresh. Now I'm going to do the outro of this video. All right, you guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my audience here on YouTube. We're the biggest and happiest family on YouTube. That is a scientific fact. Please do not look it up. Please do not fact check me because facts don't care about your feelings and I don't care about facts. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Peanut, you're such a good dog. I would do anything for you. Would you do anything for me?
Your soul is mine!
I'll take that as a yes. Man, I love my dog. Even if I am kind of worried she's possessed.
When a masked intruder kicks down a door in Minneapolis, these two pooches take off.
What?
And in a home outside Philadelphia, this dog runs away after a burglar hurls a plate at it.
I'm sorry, this can't be true. Peanut, are you seeing this? Those dogs didn't even try to protect their homes or their owners. I can't believe this. Dogs are useless. You're useless! I hate you!
What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of All Dogs Are Cowards. I didn't want to believe it either, but thanks to this video from Inside Edition, we now have irrefutable scientific proof that all dogs are cowards. Look at the beginning of this video. These two dogs, someone breaks into their house, they book it. Wow. You're just gonna run off and let this guy steal all your owner's shit? And this dog, running away when someone throws a plate at it. What, you've never seen a plate before? You don't wanna get hit with a plate? Come on. You don't wanna get hit with a plate? A big ceramic plate flying at you? Is that too much to ask, to just take the plate? I'll tell you one thing, no dog of mine's gonna be dodging plates. My dog better take a plate to the neck if it means that I can be even 1% safer.
So, would your dog come to your defense if a burglar ever broke in?
I don't know. But that's the question I'm here asking myself. If someone comes into my house, will my dog protect me? That's the only reason I have a dog. Not because she's cute, not because I like the company. I have a dog because I know someday someone's gonna break into my apartment. And when they do, I need someone who's going to bite that bitch. Is that too much to ask?
This is Perry, a 5-year-old yellow lab.
Oh, that's my good girl.
Her owner, Michelle Kelleher, loves her dog.
Okay, controversial opinion? Letting your dog lick you on the mouth is very gross. Don't get me wrong, dogs are very cute, and I like to kiss my dog on the top of her head as much as the next guy. But my dog also licks her own ass, so I'm not gonna let her kiss me after that. I don't wanna all of a sudden come down with some dog-borne illness.
But she wonders whether Perry will go the extra yard.
I hope she tries to protect me.
To find out, we enlisted guard dog experts Nate Bonilla and Michael DeBruzzo. Then, with Michelle's permission, our burglar bursts in. Michelle puts on a great performance as he pretends to assault her. She screams for Perry. So what does Perry do? Does she jump in to save her? Look, she heads for the door.
Wow, Perry, I see how it is. This woman raises you, she feeds you, and then the second somebody comes in to assault her, very realistically, I might add, it looks like she's really being assaulted. This is what people do when they assault you. They come in, they sort of like push your chest a little bit, and then they sort of look around to see what everyone thinks.
This is called flight. Her tail is tucked. She's actually looking for a way out.
This dog just books it towards the door? If I didn't know any better, I would think that this dog doesn't want to get murdered.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks, Perry. Dumb dog. Didn't call 911 when I needed her. This video is sort of like a prank video. Like, it's sort of like pranking the dogs. I've never seen a prank video where someone pranks a dog before, but I guess that this is what it would be like. Pranking my dog? I traumatized my dog? Gone wrong. Gone sexual, even. If you keep fucking making out with your dog. Just saying, maybe if you spent less time making out with your dog and a little bit more time training her to do things like attack intruders, then maybe this wouldn't happen. But at the same time, like, do you really want your dog to be that aggressive towards intruders? Because if it is, then it's probably gonna be aggressive towards, like, your friends when they come over too, or people, anyone that the dog doesn't recognize. It's gonna be like, are you trying to kill my owner? I was trained for this. You have to die.
Next up, Ruby.
You're a princess, yes you are.
A 4-year-old pit bull lab mix beloved by her owner, Kevin Peterson.
God, gross. Gross. Why do they have to show so many clips of that? I don't want to see humans making out with dogs. It's gross.
I believe she's gonna bite, but I'd like to find out.
So this dude's like, I think she's gonna bite the intruder, but I really want to find out for sure. I really need to know. Like, it's really pertinent for this dude that he finds out this information. How worried is he that this is gonna happen to him? Some masked guy is going to barge into your house with no weapons, by the way, and just start slapping him. Cause like, if the burglar had a weapon, then the dog doesn't stand a chance anyway. Even if the burglar had like a baseball bat, then you wouldn't want your dog to attack, would you? Cause then you know what would happen? The dog would die, and then you would die. So the dog can really only defend against this slapping bandit over here. Who is this guy gonna be pissing off that's gonna come over just to slap him?
And it sure looks terrifying. Ruby comes running to investigate.
Ruby, get him!
She's not so brave either. She runs away. Can you believe she's part pit bull?
I feel like this video is just meant to shame dogs. Like, yes, fucking expose him. Dogs have had it easy for too long. Too goddamn long. Fucking drag that dog.
Ruby was curious, she was worried about you, but she was not willing to take on the attacker.
She was curious, she walked into the room and she was like, what's going on in here? Oh my god. It looks like my owner is really bad at acting.
Kevin, but Ruby is a wimp.
My dog failed the test.
My dog failed the test. Yeah, if this ever happens to me, I'm dead for sure. And I live alone, and I'll die alone.
My dog failed the test.
My dog's not even gonna stick around to watch me die. She's just gonna run off like every other woman in my life. So.
My dog failed the test.
She failed the test.
Now meet the duo of Frodo and Dobby. Ferocious looking, not even close.
Finally, a sensible woman who doesn't French her dogs. Wow, actually, it even looks like her dogs really don't want any kind of kisses whatsoever.
I think Frodo is really gonna go after the attacker.
Well, we'll just see about that. Alan puts on quite a show, and when they hear Mom is under attack, the two come running into the room. Watch as brave Frodo gets right into the mix.
Okay, actually this is pretty impressive. I did not expect this. The dog is protecting her. I will say it is kind of weird that both the dogs' tails are wagging like they're really excited and happy about it. Usually when dogs get like aggressive and defensive, their tails sort of like straighten out and their back hairs raise. But this dog seems like it's really stoked to try to kill this guy, which actually kind of makes me wonder, did this woman train her dogs to kill? These dogs are like really jazzed about getting to tear this guy to shreds. These dogs are cold-blooded killers. That guy was lucky to get out of there alive.
Then jumps up on our burglar and backs him out the door.
They did amazing.
So the littlest dogs are the bravest, huh? Maybe my little Peanut isn't such a wimp after all. Maybe she would save me. I mean, she's only 20 pounds. That's definitely smaller than that pit bull. Well, there's only one way to find out. All right, guys, I'm all dressed up like a burglar. I don't have any weapons, but I got my slapping hands ready. Let's see what Peanut does when I break into the apartment. Hi, I'm the mailman. I'm here to deliver your mail. What? Oh, hey. Oh, Peanut, no! What? Ah! No! Oh my God. Well, I guess that solves that. Peanut is a protective dog. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Peanut. You did the right thing.
That mailman was gonna have to learn sooner or later not to burst into people's apartments like that. And the way he announced himself, like, hey, I'm the mailman, I'm here to deliver the mail. Who the fuck says that?
You're next! You're next!
That's my girl. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not Greg yet, Greg is our family on YouTube. All you have to do to join it is hit subscribe and turn on my notifications. You know, they say you don't get to choose your family, but you do get to choose your friends, but Greg is a family, and I would also argue that you don't get to choose. You have to subscribe and turn on my notifications right now. There is no choice in the matter, so just go ahead and do that right now. There is no other option, so this is just like any other family. Thank you to Schvinn for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I put on 30 shirts and then walk around and just see what everyone thinks. Bye. Hello everyone and welcome back to my second channel. If you didn't know, this of course is my second channel. This is not my main channel. If you thought it was, you are sorely mistaken. This is my second channel where I like to get a little bit goofier, a little bit wackier, give you more of a behind the scenes look, get a little bit unscripted, and drink LaCroix. Today I've got a nice limoncello LaCroix, my favorite flavor. So about a week ago, I released my video. I made a viral TikTok song. The response has been great. First of all, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the video. It seems like all the feedback on it has been really positive. But since this is like one of the only times I've ever made a video that is like this expansive and has like a narrative to it almost, I do feel like there were some parts where I didn't explain as much as I could have, or maybe I cut some explanation out for the sake of the story and making the video more entertaining and not having it like drag on for too long. And also, I thought it would just be kind of fun to show some like behind the scenes stuff and give you guys like an insight of what it was like to make this video. So I wanted to make this sort of behind the scenes / Q&A / deleted scenes video. So that's what this is. It's gonna be all about the TikTok video. I asked you guys on Twitter if you had any questions. I'm gonna be showing some deleted scenes, all that jazz. I know that there's a lot of questions that people have tweeted me, but first maybe let's take a look at some of the deleted scenes from this video. One last thing that I did that I feel like is really the cherry on top that's really gonna help people know that they're supposed to dance to this song is I added in sound effects for the dance portion. Let me know if you can hear them in the track. So these are some cues that will hopefully tell people when and what to dance. Oh yeah, everybody's favorite dance. It's the sound effects dance. So I do have a dance in mind and I hope it works. I'm gonna do it now just to see if it all works out. Clap and slide. I see TikTokers do this kind of slide and then elbow shake. That's meant to be this. I hope people will get that that's meant to be this. And then it's like she don't want to throw hands. So something like ba ba ba. She don't want to throw hands. She just want to throw cake. I see people do like this where they kind of shake their butt and twist out their legs. So there's like two boing boing. Is that a good dance? Do you think the TikTokers are gonna like it? Is the boing boing sound too goofy for shaking your butt? I couldn't think of any other sound to put in there. Yeah, girl, let me see that ass go boing, boing. All right, let's check out some of these questions. Okay, I got a few comments about this. How did you end up getting the baby in the tree? And 2, how did you get the baby to fall out of the tree at the right moment? The shot's actually 2 separate shots combined, one of me dancing and one of me throwing the baby up into the tree, the baby falling down and hitting the ground. I just cut that video so it's just the baby falling out of the tree, combined it with the video of me dancing, and then I could retime it to be timed perfectly, and that's how I did it. Nothing too crazy. I didn't have to climb up into the tree or anything. Actually, I think I have some clips of that, so let's show that. Here's me talking about that. Come to Papa. Going to shoot a video with my baby. All right, we have to figure out how we can get a shot where I'm lip syncing in the foreground and there's a baby falling from a tree in the background. So what I'm thinking is we can just do 2 different shots. And so if the camera's here, I'll be like right here, lip syncing or whatever. And then we edit in a shot of the baby falling from the tree. And I think to do that, we can just throw the baby up into the tree and have it naturally fall down. So let's see how that looks. Why make yourself look like a dad who dips at his son's Little League game rather than someone who could look like a prospective pop star? How did you decide to wear that? And I like how that is in all caps, as if that is like the most offensive thing I could have possibly chosen to wear. I decided on like the goatee and the mustache because I've never had facial hair. I
can't even grow that thick of facial hair even if I wanted to, just because of my genetics. So I knew that facial hair would be a semi-good disguise because like no one's ever seen me with facial hair, so you wouldn't expect me to have facial hair. I also thought the sunglasses would be good because one thing that I learned from the Zayden video is like your eyes and your eyebrows are super recognizable. That was one of the things that I had the most trouble with Zayden, was like I couldn't get my eyebrows to look different and I could still tell it was me. So I brought like pretty big sunglasses to cover up my eyes and my eyebrows. And once I had the goatee and those sunglasses, I was like, okay, so it's pretty clear I'm dressing like a 40-year-old man because that's the only person that would have the goatee and the sunglasses. And then the clothes pretty much just followed suit. I just went to Goodwill and picked out stuff that I thought that guy would wear, the guy with the goatee and the sunglasses. Do I look like a different person? A little bit. I feel like this just looks like I have cotton balls in my mouth. Do you think I can lip sync with this and it'll look like normal? For sure. Okay. Okay, yeah, I feel like it actually does help. I feel like it's making my voice deeper or something too.
Just drop like 3 octaves.
Howdy, y'all. I'm about to premiere my new song. Wow, this is kind of freaking me out. I feel like I really do look like a different person. I do feel like my mustache is a little crooked, but you know what? Maybe my face is just crooked and that's the problem. Okay, so lots of questions about the disguise. Why didn't you slightly change your voice so it wouldn't be too obvious? Why the hell didn't you use a voice changer? Why didn't you think to change your voice? Did you really not think we would recognize your voice? Why didn't you change it? Why didn't you change the pitch or tone of your voice in the song? Huge giveaway, my dude. I guess that was sort of an oversight. I remember thinking at the beginning, maybe I could just record the whole song with my voice and then pitch it down 1/2 step on the computer, and then it would sound like my voice, but just a little bit deeper. So maybe it wouldn't be so recognizable, or maybe pitch it up 1/2 step depending on which sounded better. And it turns out neither of them did. They both sounded like I recorded somebody and then pitched their voice up or down.
I'm a fucking clown.
Maybe that would make it sound less like me, but it would have made the song sound bad and not like a real person. And I wanted to prioritize making a song that people would actually want to use, as opposed to having the perfect disguise. Also, I sort of said this in the video, but like, I really did not expect that many people who knew who I was to see these TikToks. I think I said something like 800 million people use TikTok. I only have 4 million subscribers, so even if a bunch of my subscribers see my videos, it's gonna be pretty small percentage-wise because there's so many more people that use TikTok. So I guess I really underestimated how many of my followers would actually see the video in the first place because of TikTok's algorithm. So that's another reason I thought I was safe. It's not that like I really thought that this disguise would fool all of my followers. I just wanted to look like someone else because like in my head, my followers wouldn't really even be seeing these TikToks, just random people would. So it was more just like covering up my face so I'm not like immediately recognizable as me. This person said, how come you didn't hire someone else to sing the song for you? I think it would have worked if it was sang by a different voice. I half agree with that. That's actually something I didn't think about. Hiring somebody else to sing it for me. That would have been a good idea, and I probably should have done that. I just didn't think of that. The part where you said, I think it would have worked if it was sang by a different voice, I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, maybe you're just specifically talking about the disguise. A large focus of the video was the disguise. A lot of people sort of came away from the video thinking that the reason that it failed is because my disguise didn't work, and I don't really think that that's true, because the whole goal of the video was just to get to 50,000 videos. It wasn't to successfully disguise myself. In fact, I honestly think that people figuring out it was me helped in the long run, and I think it definitely helped in terms of making the video more entertaining. If the video had not blown up and also nobody recognized me, there would have been like pretty much no video to make because nothing would have happened. My account would have just like stayed at 10 followers and none of my TikToks would have been seen, and nobody would have made videos with it. There was definitely problems with the disguise, but I don't think that that's the reason that the song didn't blow up. In fact, I think that my disguise being bad actually helped the song blow up, just not for the reasons that I wanted. So I got some posters that I feel like Ned Flames would really dig. Hello. I got a Rick and Morty poster and then a Marvel Avengers poster. I guess I haven't really established too much about like who Ned Flames is as a person, so I'm just sort of flying by the seat of my pants. Just whatever feels right when it comes to him. Honestly, I feel like I'm taking the disguise thing a little bit too far. This video, I keep having to remind myself this is not what this video is about. This video is about trying to get this song popular, and this whole disguise thing is kind of taking up all of the time that I have allotted to do that. So hopefully it works. In hindsight, what is something you feel you could have done to better the chances of getting your desired result with the song? Yeah, so this is sort of along the lines of the same question. Like, if it wasn't the disguise that made it fail, why did it not blow up on TikTok? I actually just saw this video by YoBGS. He uploaded it 4 days ago, right after I posted my video, and it's sort of like a reaction to my video from this dude who is a radio DJ. Obviously, he knows a lot about music and like why certain songs blow up, and he gave his opinion on why the song didn't become as popular as it could have, and I actually agree with a lot of it. So if you want to watch that, I'd highly recommend it. But basically what I think is that there's a few reasons. One is the song didn't commit hard enough to any of the things in particular, with the exception of maybe the "I'm a fucking clown" line. I think the beat was a great beat for just like a catchy pop song, and at first that's what I thought that I needed for a TikTok song, but looking back on it, I feel like I picked the wrong beat. I should have probably looked more at the songs that were actually getting popular on TikTok, because now I see there aren't really any songs on TikTok that sound like Circus. So I think I should have tried to replicate an actual TikTok song a lot more than trying to get it to just sound like a generic pop song. But even then, I think I would still be worried. That would only work for like the dance portion, but then that wouldn't work for like the POV portion, because that should maybe sound like a heavy metal rock song. Like that's what POVers kind of like to use, like people like Goverbo. So I don't know, it's hard to say if like one beat would work for every portion. Maybe I should have just like released a bunch of different songs for each like line and just made like a bunch of 15-second songs and put them on TikTok. Maybe that would have worked better. Who knows? Since posting your video revealing the whole thing, has the song blown up on TikTok closer to the way you originally wanted it to? Well, not to brag or anything, but now instead of the song having 2,000 videos, it has 4,000 videos. So 50,000, here we come, baby. Are you banned from Illinois public parks due to how many times you threw that baby in the tree? No. That isn't the reason I'm banned from Illinois public parks. It's a different reason. What was the most difficult part of the process? Writing the song, making the videos, creating the persona, etc. Making the TikToks themselves, like actually recording them, wasn't that difficult, but it was a huge pain to every time I wanted to make a video to put back on the mustache and the goatee, and then like get changed again, put on a Ned Flames outfit. That was kind of a hassle. Maybe I would have made more TikToks with the song if it weren't such a pain in the ass to get in that costume every time. Maybe I should have just like stayed in the costume all day and should have just lived like Ned Flames for a few days. Definitely the actual hardest part of making the video was editing the entire thing. I had a pretty insane amount of footage that I had to edit. It was, I don't even know if I could guess, but it was probably like 5 hours at least of footage that I had to edit through. But I think really the difficult thing was like turning it into an actual story. Cause like once I was done editing, it was kind of just like a bunch of scenes of me talking to the camera, but you didn't really get a sense of like what was happening from scene to scene, like what the actual story of it was. It was kind of just a bunch of me like doing stuff and not explaining it. Once I thought I was done filming, I actually had to go back and film all of that narration that was me in front of like the purple background, actually like explaining what was happening at each step. And I think that helped the video flow a lot better, but it was a long process. I think I edited for like 6 days, just did like nothing but editing. So that was the hardest part. Oh, this is something that I forgot to mention in the video, but I never talked about. I'm curious to how TikTok views translated to Spotify streams before everyone figured it out. If you noticed any correlation at all, especially since the song wasn't attached to you at all. I don't really remember. I think I remember at some point in the process going to Spotify and seeing that it had 13,000 streams, but I don't remember if that was like after the huge surge of people figured out it was me, if it was like some point before that. I don't remember when that was, but it's not like it had like hundreds of millions of streams on Spotify. It didn't translate that much, but it did translate some, but it's impossible to tell if that's because people recognize me. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it, learned a little something more about the process of making this video. Again, I will be disguising myself again. You will not know it's me this time. I guarantee it. Good luck trying to figure it out, bitches. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to a second channel video. I'm your host, Gumby. All right, today we're going through the subreddit again. Full disclosure, I am a little bit worried to go through the subreddit today because I've gotten some tweets saying that the subreddit is in shambles right now, and people said that there's people fighting on the subreddit, so I'm a little bit worried to look, but I haven't been on it in a few days, so I figure I should probably go on there and check it out. So we're gonna sort by top, we're gonna sort by month. Hopefully that will avoid any negative posts. The first time I met Danny was horrible. Okay, not a great start. I just want to start off by saying this is no disrespect to Danny. I'm posting this so you understand meeting YouTubers isn't always going to be a good experience. In no way is this Danny's fault. Is this real? If this is a real story where somebody had a bad time meeting me, I'm gonna feel like shit after reading this. Let's use my critical thinking. Do we think this is real? Honestly, it does sound kind of real at the beginning, but it has a lot of upvotes and awards. I don't know why it would get awards if someone was just like, I met Danny and he was just kind of awkward, but I don't know. Let's check it out. Anyways, here's my story with meeting Danny. So basically, me and my friend work at the Baumhard Theater in Kentucky. Usually we don't work backstage when a show is on, but my manager let us, knowing how much we wanted to see the tour. Me and my friend were just backstage goofing around when I noticed Danny glancing over at us. I don't know what I'm about to do in this story, but I just want to defend myself and say they were backstage goofing around. So, I mean, what would you do personally if you saw this? If this was your tour and you saw two of your fans goofing around backstage, would you not go ballistic on them? Would you not have them booted from the show? I'm just kidding, obviously. I flash him a quick smile and wave. I didn't think much of it until I noticed how angry Danny looked. He then started sprinting at me and screamed, "Get back to work." Okay, so this is fake. He grabbed my shoulders and threw me up into the air onto the stage. Okay, so this is real. He picked me up and started kicking me around like a soccer ball. Curtis and Drew screamed, "Oh no, Danny, not again." Luckily, some considerate Gregs climbed onto the stage and carried me off. Thank God that was fake, dude. If the most upvoted post on my subreddit was someone being like, I met Danny and he was an asshole, that would be the worst day of my life. But luckily, this is fake, all right? Don't believe this. Don't believe this for 1 second, dude. This did happen and I started beating them up, but Curtis and Drew actually joined in and helped. Yo, look at this fan art, dude. This is awesome. Looks just like me. I guess before I got a haircut. I got a haircut just today, so my hair's a little bit shorter. I look naked now, but back when I had long hair, this was me. I look just like Danny. I'm censoring for privacy reasons. Even though you're censoring your face, I'm just gonna come out and say, I don't see it. The arm looks nothing like my arm. This arm hair is like way too dark to be my arm. All right, look at this. So your arm looks nothing like my arm is basically what I'm trying to say. Can we get some more arm doppelgangers in the subreddit? Except not actually though, because I feel like that'll just take over the subreddit if I ask for that. No arms, please. Oh no. My dad watching Danny with other dads. Yeah, I didn't really think about this when I asked people to show their dads on the subreddit. You know, not everybody has a dad, but this is pretty tight, dude. Your dad is kind of swagged out right now. Very cool little case that you got him in. I had a lot of complaints about the last dad with his cable management. This dad, honestly, I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10. Not gonna lie. You fitted him out pretty well. He's carrying on in luxury. This is actually pretty funny if you don't get sad. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm if the person who posted this is okay with like laughing about it. I guess they posted this, so I assume that they're cool with it. Yeah, okay. They're responding with jokes about him being cremated, so sorry for your loss at any rate. Very swaggy urn and 10 out of 10 dad. Danny and Danful. Oh, Danny, Dan NY and Dan FL. The Dan FL is also the Dan Football League. It's like the NFL, but the Dan FL. So you could have made it that as well. But this is nice. This was funnier in my head. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like a breathe out of the nose, like a little exhale out of the nose funny. But you know, I appreciate it nonetheless. You could have made Danil, DANIL, and done my home state of Illinois. And then it would have almost been like Daniel. I feel like that would have been better, honestly. Danny and Danil. And then you could have shown like me in front of the bean or me in front of cornfields. That's pretty much all Illinois is, actually. It's the bean and cornfields. Stupid dream I had. Literally every time Danny is in my dreams, he acts insane. I don't know why. You've dreamt about me multiple times and every time I'm in your dream, I'm insane. Am I the new Hat Man, dude? What the hell? Actually, that'd be pretty sick. I haven't seen any influencers. You know, you see influencers like entering different industries, like Logan Paul's coming out with like a beverage. Mr. Beast has like burgers now. I want to enter like the dream space. Not the dream SMP, but like people's dreams. I want to become a new recurring character in people's dreams. You got the old hag, you got Hat Man. I want people to start seeing Danny when they have sleep paralysis. Hey guys, LOL, it's me, Danny. So hey, haha, it's me, LOL. So fuck all of you guys, go fucking kill yourselves. I'm literally not even joking. Holy shit. Later on Twitter, hey guys, so and then I'm posting my dick on Twitter? The fuck? Oh, and Curtis is here too. Guys, I don't know what's going on with Danny. He won't answer anybody. He's gone missing. Wasn't the other post that I talked about on here where someone had a dream about me leaving like cryptic messages? It was like follow the cat or something. Okay, yeah, please find me, follow the cat. Okay, so here's the new dream lore, all right? I'm gonna start being a recurring character in people's dreams now, but instead of like sitting on your chest or standing in the corner of people's rooms like the old hag and the Hat Man, I'm gonna get lost and people have to find me. So maybe if you have sleep paralysis, I'll be kind of like hidden in your room and there will be clues and you have to find me. If someone could add me to the villains wiki, actually, that would be sweet. And we can just kind of create some lore. And then maybe people people will dream about me. Later on the news, so investigators are, oh my God, there he is. And I'm running down the street. Dude, what the fuck, man? It's funny now, but in the dream it was really realistic and everyone was super freaked out and worried. Yeah, I'd imagine that in the dream that would be like really worrisome. Thank you to your dream self for being concerned for me though. I'm glad that you weren't just like, oh, this guy's insane, I gotta stop watching this guy. And you were like, I'm worried about Danny. That really says a lot about the character of your dream self. I'm just thinking that would be so fucking funny if like other people that didn't even know who I was started dreaming about me. If like it became a thing amongst like sleep paralysis culture. I don't even know if that's a thing. Let's make it happen, guys. If it's not a thing, let's start it. Just another day in the Tobey Maguire subreddit. No, dude! Get out of here with that! This is not Tobey Maguire's subreddit. Get him out of here. Why does this have so many awards? Wholesome award. This is not a wholesome. Giving this poser awards on my subreddit. Getting him one of the top voted posts. Get this thing out of here. This is my dad with a Danny Gonzalez balloon he made. That's sick. I mean, like, the fact that he, like, got kind of the general shape of my hair is, like, really cool. He didn't just, like, do any old standard, like, balloon person. I feel like he actually made it look like me on purpose. That's kind of insane. It looks just like me, actually. Can we get a side-by-side real quick? It looks like me. Epic, kind of scary though. Yeah, this is kind of scary. I like that my hands kind of look like hooves or like white coffee beans. It does kind of look like something, and this is no disrespect to your dad because it's very cool, but just being the nature of like kind of looking like a doll, this kind of looks like something that would appear over your bed at 3 in the morning. And thus, I am going to have to also get this added to the villains wiki as the evil counterpart to my sleep paralysis self. This guy will sit on your fucking chest, actually. Luckily, he doesn't weigh that much because he's made out of balloons, but he will sit on you and he is terrifying. Oh no, dude. I already know what this is from this picture. My friend found an article from 2012 that's a cast list for Hello Dolly at Danny's old high school, and he had like a lead role killer dance moves. Dude, I don't even want to watch this, man. I know that it's weird. He always gave off theater kid vibes. Yeah, well, I've also said that I was in theater in high school, so maybe that's why I gave off those vibes. Didn't he say he was in theater in his Reddit video? Yeah, there you go. Oh wait, no, didn't he say he wasn't in theater in his Reddit video? When did I say that? I don't think I've ever said that before. I was in theater in high school. I was in theater and speech. Those were the two things that I did in high school. I would never deny that. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to start fake rumors about me? Toe slurper? Ew. Wasn't expecting to read that username and for it to be so nasty. Yeah, guys, if you see somebody commenting on my subreddit with a name like Toe Slurper, do not trust anything they say, alright? He should have never denied he was in theater. Dude, I didn't deny I was in theater. I never did that. LOL, I was there for this production. During the intermission, Danny came out on stage and called everyone who didn't get up to use the restroom a very naughty turnip. Kind of fucking whack if you ask me. The top comment under that is I truly can't tell if this is a joke or not, and honestly, I can't either. Yeah, this was literally 10 years ago. Oh shit, I graduated high school 10 years ago. Yeah, this was literally 10 years ago. I would have no memory if that was true or not, and honestly, it kind of sounds like some shit that a 17-year-old Danny would do. This is where that IMDb acting credit comes from. Yeah, my leading role in my high school performance of Hello Dolly. That's sort of how I got into the industry. Let him into Juilliard! Thank you. Actually, this is the only appropriate place to comment that, and I do appreciate that. Thank you. Why does he look exactly the same? Because I am the same, alright? I'm the same person. The stiffness of his body makes me cringe, no offense, Danny. Yeah, that's just kind of how I was back then, dude. I was stiff as hell. Where's Danny? But I made an actual Danny character to find. He's in there and he needs some critical thinking skills to be found. Oh shit. Whoa, you did make a little Danny. Oh, cool. So I gotta find this fool who's holding some kind of cane/bat device. Shit. Oh wait, is that me? He's wearing a Greg hoodie. Wait, did I find myself right away? He's holding a cane. I think that is me. Did I literally find myself that fast? Jake, if you're editing this, don't even edit that down. I want them to see how fucking fast I found myself, dude. That is me right there. I've got a cane. I've got a blue hoodie. I feel like I found that in literally like 5 seconds. That was absolutely mental. My critical thinking skills are off the charts. This is insane. I hope that is me though. Otherwise I'm gonna look like an idiot. Because the hair isn't exactly the same. But it's similar. No, that's me. And I'm not gonna spend any more time on it. They're so adorable. Yeah, we are. Look at me, dude. I'm straight up asleep. God damn, that's such a cute picture too. Look at us. 2 little peas in a pod. He looks so drunk. Dude, I'm literally asleep in this picture. Danny, you have to explain this picture. I need an explanation. What's going on here? Honestly, I just took this picture in my room one time and it's been my profile picture for literally like 6 years. Maybe I should get a new profile picture. I don't know. I don't even really do my hair like that anymore. I also like photoshopped this really poorly. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed. I didn't like cut out the background all the way. There's like little parts in the middle of my hair where you can see the background. I've honestly never been a huge fan of this profile picture. It just kind of happened and I just kind of stuck with it. Maybe one day I'll change it. Who knows? Didn't Curtis change his? Or was that just a joke? Yeah, Curtis, I think, edited his face to have his mustache and his longer hair on his already existing profile picture. So maybe I should just edit this. Maybe I should just copy Curtis. That's kind of a good idea. Maybe I'll just make Curtis's profile picture my profile picture. Okay, honestly, I'm not seeing any of this like arguing going on the subreddit. Where is this? I like this. POV, you are the meme. I like that. Oh shit, wait, oh, is this a little video about my new couch? Okay, I guess I'm curious to see what people think about the new couch in the comments. On the last video I posted that had the new couch, people were pretty into it. It's a nice couch. Look at it. Nice leather, very comfortable. I'm sitting back there all the time, dude. When I need to get some work done, I'll go sit back there. It's kind of nice. Now I've got multiple places to sit in here. I feel like it really makes it feel more homey. But I understand I didn't address it or anything. And so people were kind of like, whoa, what the fuck is going on back there? And for your information, I didn't get rid of the IKEA shelf, okay? In fact, I can show you. It's just over there. So here's the couch and it's just right over there, okay? So it's still happy. It's still got stuff on it. Everything's fine. All right, let's see what people are saying about it. In time of political confusion amongst us Gregs, let's lift our heads, join hands, and focus on what really matters. What we've loved, what we've lost, and before we lose anyone else. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Is this person referencing what people were talking about in my Twitter mentioned? What political confusion amongst Gregs? Very upsetting that the shelf was replaced with no explanation, ceremony, or mention. It just vanished. A ceremony for a shelf? There's no ceremony is necessary, all right? The shelf is happily over there. It's by the window now, all right? It's getting some nice sunlight. I put some guitar stuff on it, so whenever I'm playing my guitar, I'm over there interacting with the shelf, okay? The shelf is fine. Also, it's a shelf. Here's my shelf. This is a little storage thing from IKEA. Why is it making me kind of emotional, dude? It's just a shelf. I'm getting teary-eyed over here, dude. Make this look like Danny's search history, no wrong answers. Danny Gonzalez first name? How to slap someone with legal. Side effects of living like the Liver King. Can you eat raw liver? Okay, that's kind of shit I was Googling actually, so that's pretty good. How to get critical thinking in my subreddit. How to get LaCroix to sponsor me. Pretty good. Except now, honestly, I don't even want him to sponsor me anymore. You know what? I'm happy to just drink whatever freaking sparkling water I want. Honestly, I've never felt so free than I do now that I can drink any brand of sparkling water. I can switch it up anytime I want. So this is honestly for the best, all right? I can't be tied down to LaCroix unless they wanted to fork over just a little bit of cash. But, you know, it's fine. How many nipples do rats have? I specifically do remember looking that up when I was filming the rat tattooing video. I was like, I know they have many nipples, but I need to know for sure how many they have. All right, I gotta find wherever this political discourse is. Maybe I gotta go to top within the past week then. That's when I've been getting these DMs. Me returning to the subreddit after 2 days away and everything is fucking crazy. Where's the crazy shit? Oh, we got a dad in here though. My dad bought these cord concealers just for Danny. That's, okay. Honestly, personally, I would prefer the cables to go in the wall, but that's definitely better than whatever this dad had going on. These cables are everywhere. So I'll give you like a 7 out of 10 on the cable management. Pretty good dad though. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Also, you can get cable runners that are like the same color as the wall so that they blend in a little bit better. So if you don't want to go into the wall, I would at least recommend that. Maybe just paint it or something. Go landlord style and just freaking put a slab of paint over that. I don't know what the Gregolution is, and at this point, I'm afraid to ask. Okay, so is this what people were talking about? A Gregolution? Greglotion? Is it really Greglotion? That just makes it sound like you're saying like Greg Lotion wrong. Danny has become a dictator, so we started Gregulation. Okay, there's 3 different spellings of Gregolution in here. There's Greglotion, Gregulation, as in congratulations, and Viva la Gregolution, which is what I feel like it should be. So people are rebelling against me. You know, maybe if they had me on their side, they'd be able to fucking spell. That's all I can say. So we started the Gregulation to fight against his Iron Fist rule. We want back upvotes, awards, LaCroix, freedom for the Nutcracker guy, etc. We still want him to be king. We want more equality between us, Danny. Dude, what is going on? What is this? Come on, guys. What? Let's sort by new here so that we can see what people are posting about. Okay, literally like every post on the subreddit is about this now. Little Nutcracker guy doesn't deserve this. He is a beacon of joy, a presence in our life. He does not deserve to be used as this war's pawn. You guys are hurting him. People are creating political spectrums for you to be on. What the fuck, dude? What is the Gregolution? Okay, this one's spelled differently also. Gregolution. So people are making this like fake rebellion because I said that I want all of the awards on my subreddit. That's what this is all about. And they think the Nutcracker's being treated unfairly. Dude, this guy wants to be here, all right? I try to get him to leave. He's the hardest working motherfucker I know, all right? He clocks in early, he stands there all day, and he doesn't leave. He's the last one to leave, all right? I try to get him to leave. He likes it, and he's paid very handsomely. Nutcracker, blink twice if you're being held captive. Blink twice if you're a Gregolutionist. He's fine. In terms of the awards, I understand that, you know what, there is some good content in the subreddit and people should be rewarded for those things. I don't even know how to respond to this. This is so strange. Take the awards. I don't care. I don't need them. I don't need them. Take the awards if you want to. Can we just get the subreddit back to normal, please? I'm a little worried about you guys. Danny, encourage people to think more critically. They do it and gave me fun puzzles. They used too much of their critical thinking skills and started a Gregolution, and then I'm like, oh shit, I guess I really created a monster, didn't I? You guys are too smart now. There's like a whole culture in here that I don't even understand. How am I like out of the loop in my own subreddit, dude? Here's what we're gonna do, okay? I'm making a post on here. It's gonna be called the Gregolation is over. Please stop this nonsense. You can have the awards. I will keep the Nutcracker. He is fine. I promise. Post. All right, well, I guess that fixes that. The rebellion is over. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Hey guys, before this video starts, I have a surprise announcement. I am doing a stand-up show on October 9th at Zany's in Rosemont, Illinois. I've done little bits of stand-up here and there over many years, but I've never really gotten into it until this year. At the beginning of the year, I've started going to open mics, doing little sets at other people's shows. I still don't have an hour of material yet because that takes a really long time to build up. I've got like 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm putting together a show with other Chicago comedian friends that I've met while doing this. So if you want to come, have some laughs, experience the Chicago comedy scene, then check out the link in the description. Get some tickets, and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, I'm back with some of the most absurd clickbait on the internet. I had Robert scour the web once again for clickbait that I can't believe anyone actually falls for, quite frankly. I don't know who's clicking on this. The first example that Robert has in here is just Julia Roberts' husband gained 280 pounds and looks disgusting now. I'm looking at this man. I don't even know that he weighs 280 pounds altogether. In fact, Robert included a picture of him. He looks like he weighs as much as me. And I weigh 30 pounds. So a recent picture of Julia Roberts and her husband, who does not actually look disgusting and also appears to weigh less than 280 pounds total. Yeah, that's what you might assume, but you're not taking into account the fact that Julia Roberts' husband is actually 20 feet tall. So actually 280 pounds is kind of nothing to him. I kind of skipped over the fact that they called him disgusting looking. He looks fine. He looks normal. Of course he doesn't look disgusting. He's a handsome looking guy. There's two drastically different levels of enthusiasm in this picture, but I wouldn't say that makes either of them look nasty or vile. Guy Fieri's new wife might look familiar. This ad would not work on me at all because, one, I don't care about Guy Fieri. Two, I can tell you right off the bat, that's definitely not his wife. And three, that guy doesn't look familiar either. I don't know. Is that Matthew McConaughey? I actually can't. Maybe it is. I can't tell. It's definitely not his wife though. But now I do kind of have the urge to look up what Guy Fieri's new wife actually looks like. Okay, well, Guy Fieri has been married to the same woman since 1995, so I don't think he has a new wife. I guess new in like relation to the history of the entire universe, maybe? But maybe I should actually look at what his wife looks like and then decide if she actually does look familiar. Mom? Holy cow, she does look familiar, dude. I guess that ad was just specifically for me. They spent 20 grand on an ad just for me to see that's like, Danny, you might want to see Guy Fieri's new wife. Sandra Bullock's son is all grown and he looks familiar. Okay. Is this like a new ad format? This is like using the phrase "I survived" in a YouTube thumbnail. Saying that somebody looks familiar is a goated clickbait strategy, apparently, for nonsense articles. Is that Keanu Reeves? I feel like that is not Sandra Bullock's son. That's definitely Keanu Reeves. What are they implying? They're probably trying to imply that like Sandra Bullock had a kid with Keanu Reeves, so her son like grew up and looks just like him or something. For some reason, in my head, the first thing that I thought of was like, they think Keanu Reeves is a time traveler? That's what they're trying to imply. But no, the first one makes a lot more sense. 21 celebs who have grown into horrible looking creatures. Good Lord, that's mean. And maybe I just don't know who celebrities are, and so that's my bad, but this is not good clickbait. I don't even know who this is. So clickbait wouldn't work on me, because I'd be like, someone I never heard of before looks even different than I never knew they did. Don't care. Oh, and Robert was nice enough to include that actually she looks like this now. So not a horrible looking creature at all. Actually, a pretty normal looking creature, if you ask me. 21 stars who have grown into horrible looking creatures. God, dude. Does this work? Does this get people to click on? I guess I need to make my titles and thumbnails meaner to get people to click on them, maybe. Maybe I'm being too nice in my titles and thumbnails. Maybe I should start copying these formats for my own thumbnails. Next video I post is gonna be like, I turned into a horrible looking creature, and it'll be a picture of me on the left, and then on the right, it's just like it's an actual horrible looking creature. It's like a swamp monster, one of those blobfish. And then I could do this one too. It could just be a close-up of my face, and the title is Look Familiar? A list of the 15 most peaceful dogs. Honestly, dude, this is a good article. Solid picture, great article. I would click on this. I see nothing wrong with this one, actually. Only thing wrong with this list is that the list is not longer, actually. Show me 30 of the most peaceful dogs. Yo, I didn't even tell Robert that this video was sponsored by Sundays for Dogs, but this is the perfect opportunity to talk about Sundays. Sundays for Dogs. If you prioritize your dog's health, you know that finding a food that they both like and is healthy can be a bit of a challenge. That's why I love Sundays for Dogs. Sundays for Dogs was founded by a vet, Dr. Tori, a seasoned veterinarian and parent who wanted to create a dog brand that prioritizes health over profit. They've got clean ingredients, no synthetics. This is the turkey recipe, and here it says on the bag it's 86% turkey muscle and organs, 9% fruit and vegetables, 5% seeds and grains, and 0% fillers or synthetic. My dogs love Sundays. They gobble it down. They will even accept this as a treat. Like if I want them to do something like go sit on the couch or sit and stay, they're like, we don't need treats, Daddy. We just want this stuff. And I think it's because of how good the ingredients are. Also, it's not all dry and crunchy like kibble. This stuff is air dried, so it has a much more pleasing texture for them to eat, but it also helps preserve the nutrition in the food better. I've looked into other healthy dog foods before, but the ones that require being refrigerated or frozen just seem like a little bit too much of a hassle for me. And this is just as healthy, and there's none of that hassle. You just scoop it like regular dog food. I've even noticed some changes in my dogs after switching them to Sundays. In particular, both of their coats have gotten softer just from switching their dog food, which can happen if you switch them to a healthier food. So if you want to try out Sundays, watch your dog fall in love and witness their transformation, then click the link in the description or use my code GREG40 to get 40% off your first order. That's GREG40 for 40% off your first order. Thank you to Sundays for Dogs for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out Sundays. Now back to the video. You won't believe what these child stars look like now. Whoa, that's crazy. Dewey had a glow up. Well, his name was Dewey, right? Dewey? Is that right, or am I thinking of like Donald Duck's nephews? Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle? Okay, it is Dewey. But I also think Dewey is one of Donald Duck's nephews. Yes, it is. See? Dewey Duck. That'd be crazy if Dewey Duck grew up to look like this. Dewey Duck just grew up and he looks familiar. She was a star. Now she works in Detroit. Who is that? She couldn't have been that big of a star because I don't know who she is. But I guess I'm happy for her that she has a job in Detroit now. That's cool. Detlef Schrempf is no longer an NBA player. Not even close. That name is good enough clickbait on its own. Detlef Schrempf? There's no way that's a real person. If you made an article that was just called There's a Real Guy Named Detlef Schrempf, that would be enough for me to click on it, honestly. In fact, I need to look this guy up now. Also, I want to figure out what he is besides an NBA player. The Dewey Duck to Detlef Schrempf pipeline. Oh, he's a former professional basketball player, so we can confirm he's not a basketball player anymore. Now we got to figure out how far he is from that. What would be the furthest thing from a professional basketball player? Like I guess like a head of lettuce or something? It looks like he stopped playing for the NBA in 2001, so of course he's not an NBA player anymore. He's 62 years old. Wow, bro really fell off. I haven't seen him in a single NBA game lately. That's crazy. Now it looks like he mostly just works on his charity, the Detlef Schrempf Foundation. And in 2012, he won the Paul Allen Award for Citizenship, and he raised about $10 million for children charities in the Pacific Northwest, so that's great. Good for him. And is the implication that like after you retire from the NBA, you should at least do something pretty close to being an NBA player, like at least join a professional soccer team or something? Horse keeps hugging pregnant woman. When doctor looks at ultrasound, he calls the police. Calls the police on who? Is he are they implying that the horse
The baby's a horse? So then he's calling the police on the horse or on the, I guess maybe on the woman? On the baby? He's like, yo, you are not allowed to be half horse. Straight to jail with your half horse ass. Costco shoppers say this $7 generic Cialis is actually worth it. I like this one because it looks like both the man and the woman were enhanced to look completely different. Or this photo is just AI. But it kind of just looks like they both have insane face filters on. Like this is actually a young guy with an old filter on. This woman looks nothing like this. This is just a photo of two very normal looking people that is photoshopped to hell. Also, like the reflection of his glasses is just him pointing his finger like this. Yeah, this is AI for sure. A brood of worms will crawl out if you drink this at night. Is it just a glass of worms? Like there would have to be worms already in me in order for that to happen, right? So it's gotta just be like, it's worm egg. Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I like that he's pointing at one of the worms. This one's my friend. Please drink the liquid so you can free my friend. Japanese grip device could delay assisted living for millions. What does that mean? The torque ball? Oh, okay. So they're saying if you work on your grip, as you get older, perhaps you won't have to go into assisted living because you got such good grip that you can hold on like crazy. Okay, I have the actual link here. Let's take a look. How this Japanese device helped our family postpone the assisted living conversation. We tried to get my dad into an assisted living thing and he just grabbed onto my throat and wouldn't let go. And he said, no, 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 I'm not going. And this dude's got a crazy grip strength. This is a really long article. Oh my gosh. 79, Margaret had switched to pull-on clothes because she couldn't manage buttons. 3 weeks after starting Torque Ball, she called me in tears. She's like, I can't drink a glass of water anymore. Every time I pick it up, it shatters in my hands. My grip is insane. Okay, so yeah, it's just a ball that measures the torque of your grip. I got a ball that measures the torque of my grip. Okay, sorry. And it looks like this is for sale. I wonder how much it costs, this torque ball. Yo, $80 for the torque ball. All right. Okay, this was a tangent. Let's get back to the list, guys. This guy did the coolest but possibly most illegal DIY project ever. The end result, genius. Can't imagine how this would be more illegal than regular graffiti. Maybe he had to carve into it to get it to grow like that? 8-year-old starts singing with her eyes closed. Oh. It's like singing with her eyes. She's like using her eyelids as lips. But when she opens her eyes, my jaw dropped. Oh my God. I was left breathless in seconds. What could have happened when she opened her eyes? She at first had normal eyes, then she closed them. She started singing, and when she opened them, she was possessed. Her eyes were black as night, and her voice was wretched. After she opened her eyes, she was a disgusting creature. How to empty your bowels every morning. Top surgeon explains how. And here's a little picture of what it looks like when you empty your bowels. Anyone else be laying eggs in the morning? That was stupid. Let's think of a different joke. Or not. Extra large headed human species found in China's woodlands. Like fossils, or they actually found this guy? But it looks like we got the link, gang, so let's find out. Homo big heads. This is not real. Homo big heads, newfound human species roamed China's woodlands with extra large heads. Okay, so I don't even know if this article is real, but it's just talking about how they found a new species that lived 300,000 years ago in Asia, and they have notably larger heads than Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. Still think it's mean to call them Homo big heads, but whatever. I seriously can't believe what I saw. This is unreal. When you find out what these kids are jumping into, your jaw will drop. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Wow. They're jumping into a wood chipper. This is incredible, guys. Please share this. It's amazing. Baby ducks see water for the first time. Can you believe what they do? I like to imagine this as 2 separate sentences. Can you believe what they do? Just looks like they're drinking. There's no way this is their first time seeing water. They need water to survive. I mean, like, were they just born 9 seconds ago? I guess maybe their first time seeing a large enough body to swim in. I bet they're gonna swim. Maybe these kids are jumping into this tiny bucket of water. A Shane Dawson one, meeting a blind person awkward. So you're telling me you can't even see? That's crazy. This has 14 million views. I do think out of all these, I should copy some of these for my YouTube channel. You won't believe what I'm jumping into. Just a picture of me that says Homo Big Head. 15 most peaceful dogs, and the thumbnail's just a picture of me sleeping. All right, well, thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Greg. I'm glad you're here because I think I've just uncovered a pretty devious plot. There's this clip of paparazzi talking to this TikTok star, Ryan Halza, and there's something very off about it. I want you to take a look at it and tell me what you think. the average person, this might look like your normal video of some child star lashing out at the paparazzi, right? Stealing his hat, telling him off, and rightfully so, right? I mean, leave the poor guy alone. It seems like they've been following him all day. It's only fair that he should have to pay the hat tax. The well-known Hollywood institution, the hat tax. But something about this video, when I first saw it a few months ago, did not seem right to me. For starters, the audio in this clip is super weird, right? Like, the music and the dialogue are not mixed well. There's this loud-ass camera sound effect going on the entire time. And at the end of the video, it's kind of hard to tell because you can't really see Ryan super well, but it almost seems like when he says, "You follow me all day, I'm bound to mess with you sometimes," it almost kind of looks like he's actually not moving his mouth at all.
I'm bound to mess with you sometimes.
Which is a little suspicious, but not as suspicious as the fact that the paparazzi doesn't seem at all concerned about this disembodied voice. I don't think he's nearly as put off by it as he should be. That's terrifying. Ryan, you got any fun projects coming up?
I will not stoop to answering these foolish queries.
Whoa, hey man, how are you doing that?
This petty annoyance you call a career ends today.
What the hell, dude? I didn't know you had telepathy.
Every celebrity has telepathy.
Put me down.
No.
Hey, where's my hat? Also, I love that the paparazzi says nothing for the entire video except unspecified cursing. His immediate reaction to getting his hat playfully stolen is just to go off the fucking deep end, dude. Ha! Got your hat. Now you have to stop following me. Ah! Fuck you! Fuck you! Bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! It's just a joke. But by far the most damning evidence for this paparazzi video being staged is that, I don't know who Ryan Halsey is, and neither do you, and neither does anybody in the comments. Who is that? Bro, who is he? Who? Haha, paparazzi have such sad lives, man. Yeah, that would suck to get your hat stolen, I agree. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess that if TikTok, which is famous for being able to find the right audience for every video, can't find the right audience for this video, that Ryan Halsey is in fact not famous. Which would make the person filming him not a paparazzi and just a stalker. Like, this is just a regular guy. You can't paparazzi a regular guy. Sir, the people want to know, what's it like to be so normal? What the fuck? Who are you? So I was confused at first, but it seemed like it was posted by like an actual paparazzi account. This account called Hollywood Paparazzi. I'd never heard of it before, but I assumed it was just like, you know, something like the Hollywood Fix. It just posts paparazzi videos of influencers and stuff like that. So I clicked on it, and lo and behold, it is just hundreds upon hundreds, just pages of videos exclusively about Ryan Halsey and his brother Sammy Halsey. It seems like they do this together. Just countless videos of them getting hounded by the paparazzi over and over. And to be honest, they don't handle it very well. Here's a video of Ryan Halsey losing control on a paparazzi, acting out like a spoiled brat. Holy shit, dude, Ryan Halsey totally flipped out in that video. Someone get this spoiled brat in jail. Here's my impression of Ryan Halsey flipping out. You know, man, I don't usually side with paparazzi. I don't. I think it's a pretty big invasion of privacy, but that was too far, Ryan. That was uncalled for. Apology with tears and blood now. It seems like their videos are designed with a few specific purposes in mind. 1, they want you to think that they are famous. 2, they want you to be on their side right away. Like, they want you to see the paparazzi as like invading their privacy and them having to deal with that right away. So your immediate reaction is to comment without even knowing who they are, like, oh, come on, leave him alone. He doesn't deserve this. And to be fair, like, I agree. You know, it doesn't make any sense for them to be followed by paparazzi. They're just normal guys. Okay, now this one is actually insane. So this one is of Ryan's brother, Sammy. It's called Sammy Halsey Runs Away from Stalking Paparazzi. Holy shit, dude, that is terrifying. No wonder it seems like they hate the paparazzi so much in every video, dude. That would be so scary. To be sprinting down the street, chased by a speeding car trying to get a photo of you, and you're just a regular guy. That would be so confusing. Also, again, the audio in this one is super weird. I love how quietly the paparazzi is asking for a picture. He's borderline murmuring in a car like 50 yards away from a guy who's full on sprinting as he's cruising at 70. What's up, man? People want to know what you're working on. I love this caption too, and the fact that it was supposedly posted by a paparazzi account. Sammy Halsey runs away from stalking paparazzi. The fact that even the paparazzi admits they were stalking him adds a whole extra creepy layer to this. Creepy paparazzi with sinister intentions chases Sammy Halsey down the street, trying to run him over. He gets off on watching him suffer. Okay, here's where their strategy kind of doesn't really make any sense to me. They're staging these videos, so they have the opportunity to be anybody in these videos. They could be the most perfect character, the most likable people. You know, they're introducing themselves to people for the first time in these videos. They have the opportunity to come across like saints, like dealing with the paparazzi with such grace, but instead half the time they're like attacking the paparazzi, all while wearing the most confusing outfit known to man. But not every video is like this. They actually do have some videos where instead of coming across as Hollywood's newest bad boys, they come across as Hollywood's newest sweethearts. Here's a video of him making the paparazzi's day by buying him a burrito.
Yeah, I got you a burrito. I like when people are respectful and stuff.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's kind of like they mixed the classic paparazzi TikTok video with one of those TikToks where someone finds a stray dog and nurses it back to health. Both because he's giving it food and also because the person he's helping like isn't talking the entire time. They're just completely silent for some reason.
I like when people are respectful and stuff.
For as weird as Ryan and Sammy are in these videos, the paparazzi character is almost just as strange. They're either like loudly screaming and cursing at them uncontrollably or dead quiet. Hey buddy, I got you a little something. I hope that's okay. You know, I get followed around a lot by paparazzi, but you're always super respectful and you don't get too close and ask really personal questions. So I just want to say thank you, really. And anyway, yeah, enjoy that. And are you okay? It's just you're not saying anything, so it's kind of strange. You haven't said a word. You're just smiling at me like that. It's kind of freaking me out, and you're just kind of glaring into my soul. I'm not sure if you're actually hearing anything that I'm saying, so... All right, well, I think I'll just get going. Again, enjoy the burrito. Thank you for being so professional, and... Oh my God, what? Why? Jesus, every word that's coming out of your mouth is a swear. Are you okay? Are you mad at me? Whoa, dude, you can't say that! Okay, now you're just blasting copyrighted music out of your mouth. I don't know how you're doing that, but I guess I am gonna have to bleep that in this video as well so I don't get copyright claimed, so thank you. Okay, well, that's really impressive. I don't know how you're doing that. You're just making the beeping sound now. Ryan says, here I got you a burrito for not following me all day. But the paparazzi is right outside the Taco Bell that Ryan's coming out of, so it kind of seems like he was following him? Something's not adding up here. I think this might have just been some guy. Ryan sees a guy minding his own business in the parking lot and is like, hey man, thanks for being cool. Here's a burrito. I know you probably wanted to hound me and get my picture, but you didn't. So thank you. The guy doesn't respond, and Ryan sort of like rubs his eyes like this and realizes he's talking to like the Ronald McDonald statue outside of a McDonald's. Oh shit, sorry, I thought you were someone else. It kind of seems like if this were real, the paparazzi would have had to been following him though. I feel like the real determining factor in whether Ryan is nice to a paparazzi or not is whether he's wearing a hat or not. A hat to Ryan Halsey is like a red blanket to a bull. Probably not actually blankets. I don't know what they're called in a matador fight. Probably an actual word for that. Bulls, man. They hate naps. Don't ever try to tuck a bull in. I've been keeping tabs on these guys for a while just because I think it's so interesting and I haven't seen anybody else talk about it. Some of these videos were posted back in like September of last year, but recently they've started branching out a little bit and getting more creative. For example, now they're not just doing fake paparazzi clips. They're now doing AI generated news clips about themselves.
Justin Bieber has once again found himself in hot water after rising influencer Ryan Halsey was seen attacking paparazzi.
I'm sorry, so Justin Bieber is under fire because Ryan Halsey attacked some guy? Man, I can't with this Justin Bieber guy, dude. Will he ever learn to start taking responsibility for this guy's actions? Pop stars, man.
Witnesses say that the future musician and Instagram model became agitated when photographers began taking pictures of him.
Additionally, did he call Ryan Halsey a future musician?
Witnesses say that the future musician and Instagram model became agitated.
Witnesses said they saw the model and future musician attacking the paparazzi. That's crazy, dude. I've never seen a human being attack another human being in such a way that I knew they were gonna start making music soon. That's pretty impressive. It turns out that Ryan Halsey actually is working on music. He posted this picture on his Instagram account of him playing a piano. It says music loading, #reasons dropping 2023. I like that his fingers aren't actually pressing down on the keys. He's like, look, I said I was gonna start making music soon. For now, I'm just touching the piano. Still trying to figure out how to make this thing make sound. I've been touching it a lot, and I'm pretty close to figuring it out, I think. Reasons dropping in 2023. What if his first song drops and it's just a cover of a Future song? Everyone's like, oh, that's what he meant by future musician. Okay, weird way to phrase that, I guess, but cool. Speaking of his Instagram, by the way, Ryan has 4.9 million followers on Instagram, which is crazy. Very impressive. Even more impressive is how many of those he gains at one time. He'll go some weeks where he gains 700,000 followers in 1 week, and then other weeks where he loses 300,000 followers in 1 week. It does look like people are not excited about his music, as he's been losing thousands of followers every day since he posted that. His Instagram is full of a lot of the kind of like influencer flexing you would expect from someone who is trying to look like a bigger deal than they are. But my favorite post on his Instagram has definitely got to be this one. It says, going to the top, had to check it out before I buy. You're gonna buy the Shark Week blimp? That's so cool.
According to our reliable inside sources, Justin Bieber is upset with Logan Paul because of what he said about Bieber's new talent, Ryan Halsey, and how he handles the media in general. Watch this.
Ryan Halsey, listen up. I get it. You get the hype and you think you're cool and hot shit. But to hit an innocent paparazzi in the face is next level disrespectful. And I am telling you, watch yourself, kid.
Whoa, dude. Logan Paul's shoulder sounded really serious, man. Ryan, you better watch out.
And I am telling you, watch yourself, kid.
And I am telling you, watch yourself, kid.
Oh no, dude. Robo Logan Paul is gonna come after you, Ryan. Look out. I've seen a couple comments under some of their videos that are like, guys, this is obviously not real. This is satire. It's just a joke. They're making fun of celebs, dude. Lighten up. And I would just like to go on record and say, I don't think it is, man. I think these dudes are just trying to look famous. They have been posting on this Hollywood paparazzi account for like a year, at least. I can't even scroll to the bottom of it. I'm trying to scroll right now and it's taking forever. I just feel like if it was a joke, their posts would probably be a little bit funnier and they'd be leaning into like the goofiness a little bit more. And they probably also wouldn't be spending so much money buying Instagram followers like it seems like they are, allegedly, in my opinion. And they also probably wouldn't have paid to have an article written about them by a knockoff New York Times, in my opinion. So this article is from September of last year. It's called Ryan and Sammy Halsey, America's Internet Idols and Beloved Hollywood Celebrities. This article is a really interesting read. You get a little bit of their background. You get to hear what they think about being so famous. There's also a bunch of weird phrases in here that make it sound like it was written by AI. Internet sensations, online fame, global stardom. The two brothers have seriously gained attraction and desire from fans all over the globe, racking millions of followers, watching the two skyrocket into their stardom careers. Damn, dude, I can't wait until I skyrocket into my stardom career. That's actually the career I pursued in college. I was looking for a career in stardom. Ryan is best known for his comedy skits and lip-syncing videos on camera on Instagram. On camera? On Instagram? These dudes know how to do it different. Not too different is Sammy Halsey, an American social media star with a strong fan base on Instagram. That's a funny way to describe someone's brother. Not too different is Sammy Halsey, a similar genetic code. Oh yeah, and thank you for telling me that Sammy Halsey is also an American social media star. I would have assumed that these two brothers are from different countries. Ryan and Sammy Halsey said, if you want a career and to make a living from social media, it has to be on YouTube. Wait, they both said that? If you want a career and to make a living from social media, it has to be on YouTube. I guess, actually, if Ryan was saying it, he probably wouldn't be moving his mouth. With that being said, though, I still can't shake the feeling that they could have done this so much better. Ryan, Sammy, I dig what you guys are doing, okay? I think it's fun. It's an interesting way to get your name out there, to say the least. Really, the thing that's been bothering me the most is just that I have so many suggestions for how you guys could do this better. Which is why a few days ago, I packed a suitcase full of outfit changes and headed into the city of Chicago to film a total of 8 fake paparazzi TikToks with my editor Jake, who did a great job posing as a fake paparazzi. And I used these TikToks to experiment and craft a foolproof plan for you both to use to upgrade your fake paparazzi videos and get you guys the exposure you deserve. I want to show you all of the TikToks I created and the results that I got from them, but first, I want to talk about our sponsor. Hey, Danny, the people want to know if you have any fun projects in the works. Oh, yeah. I'm saying thank you to today's sponsor, SoFi. What? And you're going to want to stick around to find out how you can have a chance to win $10,000. Okay. If you don't know, SoFi is the all-in-one finance app helping you bank, borrow, and invest so you can get your money right. My wife Laura and I are expecting our first child this October, so it's super important to us that we have all of our finances in order before that happens. Which is why I love SoFi checking and savings. I can earn up to 4.9%
4.2% APY on my savings, which is 10 times the national savings rate average. If you're new to high yield savings accounts, it's basically an account that makes your money work harder for you by giving you something back in interest. Your typical savings account at your local bank earns you an average of around 0.39% in interest, which is not good. With my SoFi high yield savings accounts, my savings earn me more in just 5 weeks than they would in an entire year in a big bank savings account. When you bank with SoFi, they hook it up, dude. With SoFi checking and savings, you get paid up to 2 days early, pay no account fees, and can cash in on up to $250 when you sign up for direct deposit. SoFi is legit. As a nationally chartered bank, they are subject to strict regulatory standards, so you can be sure your money is safe. Your money is FDIC insured, plus you can access additional FDIC insurance up to $2 million on deposit through a seamless network of participating banks. They have live customer service 7 days a week, and you get access to SoFi financial planners at no additional cost. But here's the real kicker, gang. SoFi and I are giving away $10,000. To enter, sign up for a SoFi checking and savings account right now using my link. Just click my link in the description or scan this QR code that's on the screen right now. You have to use my link to sign up. It is the only way to win. Sorry for rambling, I just get a little carried away, but thank you for being a nice and respectful paparazzi.
Oh, I'm not a paparazzi.
You're not?
No, I don't know who you are. You just came up to me and told me to start filming you.
Huh. So I guess what you're saying is thank you to SoFi for sponsoring this video?
What?
And thank you to you guys for checking out SoFi?
No, that's not what I said.
So like I said, I filmed 8 TikToks. Now when it comes to the actual filming side, I think you guys do a pretty effective job. It's pretty clear that you've watched a lot of paparazzi videos, so you kind of know how they're generally shot. The only thing that I would maybe change is having the paparazzi guy actually talk when he's supposed to be talking. I think that would help a lot. Just like you guys with Hollywood Paparazzi, I came up with my own fake paparazzi channel. I called mine Viral Vision. I thought that sounded a little bit more like a paparazzi channel that would focus on influencers as opposed to A-list celebrities. So I photoshopped a quick Viral Vision logo, and as I was editing each TikTok, I just slapped that in the corner to add a little bit more legitimacy to each TikTok. I noticed that you guys did this in a few of your TikToks also, but inexplicably, instead of using the Hollywood Paparazzi logo that you guys made, you just used the Hollywood Fixes logo. Don't do that, that's too confusing. So with all the TikToks filmed and edited, it was now time to create an account. One of the biggest cracks in this whole facade that you guys have created is that this TikTok account that is somehow the self-proclaimed #1 TikTok paparazzi account only posts about you guys? That doesn't make any sense. That's so suspicious. And look, I get it, you guys are trying to portray yourselves as the biggest TikTokers in the world. But surely even you guys would have to admit that there are other TikTokers, right? You guys aren't the only TikTokers. Because if you were, then I'd understand why they're so keen to photograph you, I guess. Seeing you guys in person would be like seeing Jeremy Renner of the Jeremy Renner app. But what I could see happening, if you guys really were this famous, is a fan account of yours scouring some channel like the Hollywood Fix and finding all of the videos that you guys are in and then posting that on their account. So I created a TikTok account called Viral Vision News. I uploaded all of the TikToks to that account privately, then re-downloaded them so they would have that little TikTok watermark on them. Then I deleted that account and made a new account called Greg Gonzalez 333. And that's where I posted all of the TikTok. This method also gives you the added benefit of captioning the videos from a fan's point of view. So you can basically caption the video and tell people how you want them to feel. The paparazzi's filming Danny from a distance. Wow, they should really leave him alone. Danny is a saint for dealing with this. Danny's stealing the paparazzi's head and beating the shit out of him? He probably deserved it. Danny is such a saint for dealing with all this. Okay, so it's time to start posting the videos. The first 2 I posted were very normal paparazzi videos. The first one is just me being filmed from far away. And then the next one I staged to look like it was like my first ever interaction with a paparazzi.
Yo, Danny, what do you got going on right now? What are you working on? Any big projects?
What?
You got any big projects right now?
What is this? Is this paparazzi? Yeah, I just have YouTube videos. Is this real? Okay, it's just YouTube videos.
Both I feel like pretty normal paparazzi videos you would expect to see from any up-and-coming celebrity. And without even moderating the comments at all or trying to do anything to convince people this was real, they snuck under the radar and people just took them completely at face value. He looks so confused, laughing emoji. He has genuinely never looked more uncomfortable, not even in that picture of him awkwardly holding the mic at VidCon. And my favorite,
Who even is this guy? And then they came back later to say, sorry, that was messed up. He seems nice. I don't know what came over me. I'm so sorry. But I mean, from someone who doesn't know who you are, that's pretty much the exact reaction you would want. And on this creepy video from a distance, I had people defending me even more. This is weird, leave him alone. I love how he makes direct eye contact with your camera and you just keep filming him. Like, what the fuck? Now, in hindsight, I think I wouldn't have made up a new paparazzi channel name. I think I should have tried to just make these look like they were originally posted on like the Hollywood Fix or something. That way if people get suspicious and they try to go looking for the original clip, they'll find the Hollywood Fixes YouTube and TikTok channels that all have like thousands of videos each, and they'll hopefully just get overwhelmed and give up. On its own, I think this one small change could go a long way in making your paparazzi videos seem more real, especially if they're just like basic paparazzi videos like the two I just showed you. But we don't want just basic paparazzi videos, do we? We don't want you guys looking like just some random celebrities, right? No. We want to use these videos as an opportunity to endear you to the viewer. We want you guys to look like Hollywood's newest darling, the sweethearts of showbiz. So the next day, I upped the ante a little bit and I posted a video of me gifting the paparazzi a bean burrito from Taco Bell.
I got you a little something. I just wanted to say thank you for being so nice and respectful all the time. I know it's a weird job, but you're one of the good ones and you're always respectful, so thank you.
Thanks, man.
I would recommend you space your videos out more. Multiple paparazzi clips of one celebrity being posted every day would be a lot for even like Selena Gomez. I was just trying to get this video done in a timely fashion. Sweetie Angel. Bro is a better person than me. I would look them straight in the eyes while eating it. Don't know him at all, but I'll respect him for that. Now, Ryan, Sammy. Now seems like a good time to tell you guys that we are actually more similar than you probably think. You see, amongst my viewers, I too have a reputation for trying to pull little tricks. That's right, there's no judgment here. I am a little trickster too. I have posted several videos on my YouTube channel of me trying to trick my audience, and mine also never worked. So when the algorithm started picking these videos up and feeding them to my audience, I started getting a lot of comments from people skeptical about if these videos were real or not. But that is where my next trick comes in, guys. Comment moderation. The amount of comments you guys get that are like, who are these guys? And these videos are clearly staged are definitely not helping you guys look like A-listers. But let me put you onto this TikTok feature called Filter All Comments. All you have to do is just turn this sucker on, and now every single comment left on your videos has to be approved by you before they can show up in your comment section. So now all you have to do is every once in a while just open up your TikTok app, scroll through the comments, approve the ones that make you look good, and delete the ones that think that they're fake. Why the fuck is this on my For You page? TikTok really thinks I give a fuck. I'm gonna delete that one. That one is very mean. Danny, have you lost your mind? Delete. Oh my god, he's so nice. Approve. So now, even though this video has been shown to 800,000 people, most of whom think this video is fake, the comment section still looks like this. I love him. Danny making it big time with paparazzi on him. What a real and genuine guy. So now people who think that the TikToks are real in the first place won't be swayed when they see comments saying that it's fake. And if someone does think that they're fake, when they go into the comment section to have their opinion validated, it won't be. The day after I posted that burrito TikTok is when I really let loose. I posted a bunch of TikToks and I got a little wilder with them. I was kind of inspired by all the lore in your guys' videos and I wanted to see how far I could push this. So you guys inspired these very heavily, so I hope you like them. Let me know what you guys think.
Yo, Danny, are the rumors true?
Cease these games, photo boy. I tire of your questions.
Hey, Danny, I heard the channel's dying. What do you have to say about that?
Stop, dude.
You don't have any comment about the channel?
Are you just gonna follow me all day?
Bro, I'm just trying to get a comment.
I'm asking you politely to stop. Do you want here? How about this?
Whoa.
How about this? You like that? Now I took your hat.
What in tarnation? You get back here. No. You get back here, young man. You give me my hat back.
No.
YouTuber and future missing person Danny Gonzalez is under fire after video surfaces of an alleged altercation between him and a paparazzi.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Fans are divided, some saying this is probably what the guy deserved, while others like Logan Paul were a bit more critical.
Danny, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna go Logan Paul mode on you.
Now, let us enjoy the fruits of our labor. This video of me stealing the paparazzi's cowboy hat has 1.5 million views. And let's look at the comments. Very sad. Appropriate reaction, to be honest. He looks so good in that hat. This is Danny's turf now. Yeehaw! So look at that, guys. Just a few quick changes you can make to your approach, and I think you'll be seeing dividends immediately. I do have to say, though, my biggest advice for you guys to make these seem real is to actually be famous. I do kind of have this suspicion that if you guys just used like half the time you spent making these fake paparazzi videos and just followed TikTok trends, that you would already have like 5 million followers on TikTok, and then who knows, you might not even need to fake the paparazzi videos. They might just come flocking. So yeah, good luck, heed my advice. Also, can I please be in one of your paparazzi videos? I can give you a good line for a video if you want. Here, like something like, Ryan and Sammy Halza, you guys need to stop acting like you're better than all of us other YouTubers. Just because you have more followers than us and are making more money than us doesn't make you better. So yeah, if you want to stick that in a video, I look forward to seeing it. And for everyone else watching this, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. On a more serious note, thank you guys for all the love on my most recent Instagram post. If you didn't see, Laura and I are expecting our first child in October. We're both so excited, and it's been really fun sharing that with you guys. So thank you for all the love. I will see you guys next time with a really interesting video. Bye-bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to the second channel. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sparkling Water Power Hour, where I'm gonna chug this entire sparkling water and it's gonna take me an hour. Welcome back to the second channel. Thank you for coming back. It's gonna be a really exciting time today. I've been having a good week. I hope you have as well. We're gonna get into the subreddit. Should be lots to talk about this week. I've had a lot going on, which if you've been in the subreddit, you could probably tell, but I was visiting Curtis in Toronto for his birthday. I surprised him. That was really fun. I ran my half marathon. I think there was about 24 hours in between when Curtis's birthday celebration ended and when I was waking up to run that half marathon. So I think there will be posts about that so we can get into it. But overall, it was a very fun week. Also, sorry for the mess behind me. I know I joked about it in a previous episode about like, did I paint my wall or did I move? We're moving right now. We're in the process of like getting settled and stuff. So over the course of the next few episodes, you'll probably see a change back there a bit. Just trying to get things settled and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, let's hop into the subreddit and let's see what's been popping off here this week. You're removing one of Danny's facial features every day. Meanwhile, Danny is adding one muscle every day. Let's go, dude. Look at that sweaty mess of a man. You know, in terms of things that could be at the top of the subreddit this week, this is phenomenal, honestly. A post just saying Danny has muscles. Hell yeah, dude. This is great. This is the only picture I've seen of him where he doesn't look like he's 14. I know, right? He looks like he's 15 in this picture. Okay, well, okay. It's a subtle improvement. I think this was like right at the end of the half marathon, I think. It must have been close to it, if not like at the very end, because I dumped water on my head. That's why I'm drenched. This is not all sweat, I promise. Some of it is actually just water that I dumped on my head, although there was a lot of sweat. Overall, my half marathon went pretty well. And by pretty well, I mean, actually, I wish it went a lot better. I posted on my Instagram story that I beat my last time by like a minute. I think it was really like 2 or 3 minutes, but I was hoping to do so much better. And I had been running so much better in my practice. I think my overall pace for this half marathon was like 8:30 per mile, and I had been running, practicing with the intention of like running it at like a 8-minute pace, 8 minutes per mile. And I think I just totally fucked up, honestly. I still don't really know what it was, but I have a lot of excuses, and those are what are getting me through the days right now. I think the biggest thing was I run usually when I'm doing like just regular training runs between an 8-minute and an 8:20-minute mile, never faster than like 7:55. And this will happen sometimes on runs. My watch was telling me that I was running a lot slower than I actually was. It told me I ran the first 2 miles at like a 9:30 pace. So for those first 2 miles, I kept being like, shit, I'm going slow. I need to speed up. And then after those 2 miles, or after like 4 or 5 miles, I was like gassed. I was like, why the fuck am I so tired? I haven't even been running that fast. My heart rate was like up, skyrocketing, and turns out, I looked at my running app afterwards, turns out I actually ran the second mile at a 7:30 pace, which is like 30 seconds faster than I was intending, or than I ever run. Like, I had no business running that fast. I think it was just like adrenaline and me trusting my watch, which I never should have. Then I was just kind of tuckered out the rest of the race, and yeah, maybe I can show my splits on screen, but it wasn't pretty. But I ended up besting myself from last year. And that's really all that matters, you know? All these other people around, they're not important. It's not important who else you beat aside from yourself. Sort of a masochist in that way. Danny Gonzalez. Up until like the past couple weeks, I had been in the gym a lot. I kind of go back and forth between like lifting weights and running. And then when my running schedule gets like a lot heavier, then I find less time to lift because I'm so tired. So I kind of go back and forth. I'll spend like 3 months going to the gym 3 times a week. And then I'll spend a few months like running 5 times a week, and then I'm like, shit, I'm not going to the gym. I just ran 10 miles. Now that I finished my half marathon, I think I'm gonna get back in the gym, get even bigger than the Liver King himself. It's a good day to be a gonzaloon. Okay, this is a screenshot of a Snapchat AI conversation that says, what does Danny Gonzalez call his fan base? The AI says, I'm not sure, but we can look it up. What do you mean we together? You are the robot. You are like connected to the internet. In the time you said that, you could have already looked it up. So this person says, tell me, and then he responds, Danny Gonzalez calls his fan base gonzaloons. Okay, so you can't look it up. Just say that then. What a crazy lie. I mean, where do you get off, dude? The AI clearly just made that up. That's wild. You'd think a being that has unfettered access to the internet could have just like spat out a very generic response with correct information. See, this is why I'm not so sure about AI, guys. Not so sure we'll be getting the most accurate information from it. Mine said it didn't know. Edit, I asked again and it said Gonzalez groupies. So not only is it a liar, it's also inconsistent. What if AI is actually just people from like an alternate reality? And in this alternate reality, I really do call my fan base gonzaloons. The AI is actually this person who's asking it from an alternate reality. They both think they're talking to AI, but the AI has gotten so sentient that it's actually not a robot. It is actually a sentient being from another realm. Some sort of fucked up reality where I call my fans gonzaloons. I found this funny. Okay, it's 2 notifications. One of my video called I'm Zombies, and the other one of a different video called You're a Grown Man. Ouch. Feels like it's in direct response to my video being like, guys, I uploaded a new video. I'm Zombies. Isn't that crazy? And the other video's like, you're a grown ass man. Get a job, man, woman. Zombies. That's the 3rd gender everybody's been talking about. Oh god, dude, I saw so many comments about this. If you didn't see on my Instagram story, this is the picture of me surprising Curtis. Very fun. I've never surprised anybody before, like done like a surprise birthday thing or anything like that, so I was really excited. I coordinated it with Jenna. Also, Jarvis and Jordan surprised Curtis too later this same day. So we were all like coordinating, how can we surprise Curtis? And I'll give you a little bit of backstory. First, we were thinking like, what if Curtis and Jenna go out for a walk to walk Kiwi, and I like get dropped off from the airport nearby, and I'm just like on a walk, and I just like happen to see them, and it's a crazy thing. Or like we're thinking, what if we meet each other at a restaurant? At one point, I was like, Jenna, just sneak me into your house while Curtis is in a meeting, and I'll put on like a crazy disguise, and I'll freak Curtis out. He'll think there's like an intruder in his house. So I actually was gonna bring like a Santa costume, because that's the only disguise that I had in my house. Turned out it wouldn't fit in my suitcase, so I didn't do that. But so that was all the different ideas. But eventually we just decided I'll just come in while Curtis is in a meeting. Jenna will sneak me in. I'll sit at the kitchen counter. Then Jenna will go get Curtis and say she has a birthday surprise. So Jenna brought Curtis down. Curtis was wearing a COVID mask over his eyes so that he couldn't see, which made me honestly almost start cracking up when I saw that. He was like coming down the stairs and I was like about to ruin the surprise because I was expecting him to just have his eyes closed, but he comes down wearing a fucking mask wrong. But anyway, yeah, so then he came down and he opened his eyes and he was surprised. But that being said, I was sitting at the counter like this, and I've gotten so many DMs and so many comments about the way that I'm sitting here. People seem to be up in arms and honestly offended about the way that I'm sitting, mainly my feet. Truth be told, I don't know why I'm sitting like this, man. I have no clue. I wasn't a conscious decision. Let me look at the next frame here. Yeah, okay, so that's just a close-up on my feet. I don't know if I was like giddy and just so excited to get out of my chair that I was already kind of like was on my toes. Isn't that an expression when you're like excited, you're like on your toes? The whole surprise was keeping me on my toes. What can I say? So anyway, yeah, this is how I surprised him, like a sweet little ballerina boy. I also kind of look like I'm doing that Michael Jackson dance move. That's how I surprised Curtis, actually. I surprised him by being there and then also by learning a Michael Jackson dance. So when he took off his blindfold, I was like, ow! And I sort of tipped my hat and I got up on my toes and I leaned forward like 70 degrees. And he loved it, honestly. Please somebody make an edit of Danny as a ballerina. Done. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there I am. I have to imagine this is actually not what they meant. I feel like they wanted the toes pointing in it, but You know, this is very nice. I look beautiful. He's just silly like that. I guess I am. After I got so many comments about it, I'm kind of like thinking a lot more, like self-conscious about how I sit now. Every time I'm sitting, I'm like, am I doing something weird right now? Am I on my tippy toes while seated for some reason? Okay, wait, okay, hold on. It's just because I can't reach the ground, okay? That's what it is. Look how high this stool is. That's why I'm like this, okay? I don't sit like this normally when I'm at a normal chair, but this was a high chair. I don't know why it took me this long to realize, but I mean, what else am I gonna do? Like kick my feet in the air? I probably would have got roasted for that too. So I decided to take this opportunity to stretch out my calves or my shins. I don't know, because I don't know exactly what this would be stretching. Yeah, I think I was just stretching, getting prepped. Okay, another post about the way I'm sitting. Surprising Curtis for his birthday is very sweet. But why is Danny sitting like that? Yeah, see, there he is with the, oh, he had 2 COVID masks on. Yeah, I think Curtis thought that Jenna was surprising him with some sort of like eye-based virus, and he didn't want to get infected until it was time to reveal the surprise. Is Danny drinking a beer immediately after a marathon? What a vibe. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm drinking a beer after a half marathon. Excuse me. And I'm also drinking a beer right now. That's right, this isn't sparkling water at all. I'm actually shit-faced. Yeah, this is actually a common thing that I didn't really know about it until I started running. But after pretty much any race, especially like a half marathon or a marathon, you usually get like a complimentary beer. And I believe it's because when you run, you use so much of your body's like sugar storage, which is basically carbs, and beer. What else is beer but carbs, you know? Usually like a beer will have like some kind of sponsorship role in a race like this, and you get a beer. And honestly, it might seem kind of gross to get really sweaty and worn out, tuckered out even, as I said, and drink a beer. But honestly, it's like, it's come to be something that I crave now, where like before the half marathon for a few days, I was telling Laura, I was like kind of like really excited to drink a beer after the half marathon. Just something about it. It's like, I think it's like how hungry you are after like a race like that makes everything taste better. So I was like excited to have a beer that was that refreshing. So yeah, there's me and my little beer. They do only give you a little cup though. At the marathon I ran, they gave me a whole can, but yeah, I was hoping for more than just a little cup. It's actually said to be healthy to drink a beer after sports. Yeah, there we go. It's the carbs. You use a lot of energy when running, and carbs help replenish. Okay, you want to know what's something even grosser than beer? At least to me anyway. When I was running the Chicago Marathon last year, Laura was running also, there was a stand that was giving out shots of pickle juice. For me at that point in a marathon, as someone who already doesn't like pickles, that sounded absolutely heinous to me. I was like, if I even smelled pickle juice right now, I would throw up. But Laura had some because she likes pickles, and apparently it like gave her new life. I guess when you're running, like you lose carbs because you're using energy, but also the thing that you lose is like salt, because you start sweating it all out. I don't know if you've ever tasted your own sweat or a friend or anything like that, but sweat is very salty, and so when you sweat a lot, your body loses a lot of salt. So Laura said she had that shot of pickle juice, and it like saved her life. And actually, I have heard that there are sports drinks, like Gatorade-esque drinks, that are basically just pickle juice, which sounds disgusting to me, but if it helps, it helps. Oh shit. Okay, that's literally the next comment. It's either beer or pickle juice. Either way, both are good source of essential nutrients after a run. Beer contains carbs and sugars, and pickle juice contains sodium and potassium. I saw an opportunity, so I took it. I like this. This is actually pretty good. Looks weirdly real. Looks like Daddy Danny saw an opportunity and he took it. He saw an opportunity to take little Danny over a curb at top speeds. This comment says aesthetic. I think they meant aesthetic, but I thought it said athletic. And I was like, I guess I do look pretty athletic in this picture too. Running very fast, pushing a stroller. This is what a real athlete looks like, folks. Don't get it twisted. Oh shit. Okay, here's another Snapchat AI conversation. Are you a Craig or a Greg? Oh, but they misspelled Craig. Are you a Creog or a Greg? And then they said, I don't consider myself either a Craig or a Greg, but if I had to choose, I'd probably be a Greg. Let's go. Very nice. What a beautiful conversation. He looks so confused. The hell? I guess I do. I don't even know what video this is from. So we were not only celebrating Curtis's birthday, but it was also Jordan and Jarvis's birthday. That's why it was like it was a whole big thing. The night of Curtis's birthday, we took a limo to a karaoke bar. So that's where this is from. I don't know why I look like I am so out of it, dude. Low-key, I actually hate seeing candid pictures of myself, I think is what I'm starting to learn. I think I actually don't like finding out what I look like when I'm not completely paying attention to how I look. You know what was probably happening? In my head, I probably thought in this moment that I was like vibing and I was having a good time. I probably thought I was smiling right here. I've gotten comments on this a lot, and I know this is a thing that I do, but I have such resting mean face or just like pissed. I just like, okay, this is my resting face. Ready? Unless I am elated, that's what my face looks like. Someone could give me a gift and I'm happy and I could be saying nice things, but my face will just look like this. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thank you. Yeah, no, I love it. That's just how I express emotions. I don't really know why. I often try to make a conscious effort not to do that, but in this case, I clearly was not, dude. I think I was having a good time, but I look like I'm lost. I look like I actually don't know who any of these people are. All of like my closest friends in a limo with me for a birthday celebration. I look like I gotta go home. Dan the man looks like he's about to visit a couple's house and witness the death of their young spider. This is honestly probably how I looked when that whole thing was going down. That's not saying much because this is probably how I look a lot of the time, but this is probably how I look. Danny kind of always looks confused. What do you know? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. There we go. See, this is what we wanted. Ballerina Danny. Can someone make me Michael Jackson too? I feel like Michael Jackson does this dance too. This is one of the rare occasions when I smile, but I do like how much I'm smiling in this picture as I'm waiting to surprise Curtis. See, that was like a really exciting moment. That's when you get the smile. But other than that, I look to be dead inside. Ooh, okay, let's see. What kind of bad ad do we have here today? The strangest looking kid in the world sees an ant and gets the genius idea while making the most horrifying face. I've got a great idea. He's gonna piss on the ant. Oh, the ant is calling to his friends. If you were an ant, what would you do? Tolerate or avenge? Would you tolerate getting pissed on to death? Probably not. Although I am curious what this game would be if you did click tolerate. Like, I have a feeling this game is gonna be about, like, being an ant and building an ant army to get revenge or something. But what would the game be if you just click tolerate? Would you just be getting pissed on? It's like now it's just a game about being an ant getting pissed on. Damn. Did not really seem like an eye for an eye situation. You know, it was a gross prank, but I don't think it warranted destroying his family's home. Another Snapchat answer. Danny Gonzalez's male fan base is called Gonzalenians. His female fan base is called the Danettes. Weirdly, like, misogynist? Why do females get a different name that's like Little Dan? They're the Danettes. Us boys, we're the Gonzalenians. Gonzalenians. That doesn't even, like, flow well. Honestly, the Danettes is the better name. Those sound like pastry names. They kind of do. Yo, can I get a custard Gonzalenian and a, what are those little, strawberry Danettes? 5 Minute Crafts has become completely unhinged. All right, let's watch this shit. I feel like I've seen some of their videos lately and they're just like not even crafts anymore. Like they have fully leaned into just being insane and like getting views that way. They've completely stopped trying to give like useful advice and they're just like, okay, we're crazy now. Yeah, we're just absolutely unhinged. Also, fun fact, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I think that I have never reacted to 5 Minute Crafts before. This might be some kind of Mandela effect type thing, but people always tweet me about 5 Minute Crafts being like, look what they're doing now. You gotta do an update on 5 Minute Crafts. I'm trying to remember because I have been making videos for years and I've made a lot of things about like bad life hacks and bad crafts, but I don't think I've ever made a video about 5 Minute Crafts before. I don't know, maybe I just blew a few people's minds, but that was probably Cody or Drew or I don't know who else. I think Jarvis has made 5 Minute Crafts videos. Not me. So this very well could be my first time making a video about 5 Minute Crafts. But hell, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. Okay, she found underwear in her house that aren't hers. So she's like, oh, I have to rip apart a teddy bear. I have to put a spy camera in the teddy bear, in its ass, cut out the teddy bear's eye, stick my little finger in there, and then, oh yeah, totally inconspicuous. No one would ever suspect a thing now that one of the bear's eyes is gigantic and has a lens. Oh, and she puts a GPS tracker in. That's not a craft. It was a crafty thing to do in the sense of like shifty and shady, but I wouldn't call it a craft. Now she's printing out. Oh, what the fuck was gonna happen next? It cut off, but right as things were getting interesting. She's starting to create like a conspiracy theory corkboard. Name James, age 34, height 210 centimeters. Those are things you should not have to remind yourself about your boyfriend. She's like, okay, who is this motherfucker again? And what are we doing here? Oh, that's right, James, my boyfriend of 10 years. She ruined a perfectly good teddy bear. Boo! Yeah, everything else in this video is normal except the teddy bear. Except that Teddy bears, I was gonna say slander, not slander. Destruction. Disrespect, honestly. She also moved the teddy bear. It was on the couch and she was like, okay, you're gonna get a camera back in your butt and then you're gonna go on this chair now. So I feel like she's drawing a little bit too much attention to the teddy bear. Danny would enjoy this, not gonna lie. What the fuck is this? If I pick up, am I gonna hear Alexander Graham Bell on the other line going, hello, hello? And it's the number 1 calling. I did enjoy that, actually. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Doesn't really have anything to do with me, but it was funny. I'll give him that. The other day, I was trying to fix my hair, and long, white, very thick hair fell out of my hair onto my lap in front of me, and I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I thought, this is probably one of my dog's hairs that got into my hair for some reason, but it would suck if I started getting white hairs pretty soon. Little judgy there, Danny. I wouldn't want to speak too soon about things you don't know jack shit about. That is a strange clip. That's so specific. It's almost like I knew, but I don't think I had any gray hairs at this point. I don't even know what point I was trying to make in this video. I don't know what video this is from. I was just kidding. I think I was just kidding. I was excited to get gray hairs. That girl showing Danny her pet tarantula. No pulse. That's exactly how she said it too. Calm as ever, no pulse. My darling pet is dead. Okay. Let's see if there's anything going on right now. I thought he accidentally put a pic of a random lady in his post and I saw the background. I've been getting a lot of comments on these pictures. This is from my recent Instagram post if you haven't seen. I've been getting a lot of comments of people being like, okay, Danny, we know these are Photoshop. Nice try. What are you using AI to make it look like you ran a half marathon? He kind of looks like he was photoshopped in. I don't know why these pictures in particular are getting so many of those comments. They look pretty normal to me. I mean, I obviously picked funny looking ones to go on my Instagram. Yeah, they're just regular pictures, man. I feel like the rise in AI pictures has made everybody so paranoid that nothing is real. And honestly, that's fair. It's just, cut it out. Everyone who isn't Ghostly Orchid resisting the urge to post their telekinetic powers. Yes, please. Please do not. It's too hard, Danny. Please change this rule. No. The only person I'm willing to accept evidence from is Ghostly Orchid. Alright guys, well thank you for joining me for yet another subreddit extravaganza. I hope you had a good time and I'll see you next time. Please put some very interesting and fun posts about anything related to the channel. Put it in the subreddit. I'd be happy to read it and react to it in the next video. See you then. Bye. Imagine for a second you're in an Uber, maybe on your way to a concert or a friend's house. You finally get to your destination and reach for the handle to get out of the car. And instead of letting you out, your Uber driver locks the door and just keeps on driving around. He says, you know what? No, I've got places I want to go and you're coming with. I think we can all agree that that would be kidnapping, right? That's kidnapping? Well, that is apparently exactly what happened to this man, but instead of being kidnapped by the driver, he was kidnapped by the car itself.
I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. I'm in a Waymo car.
Connected to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in circles.
Driverless car, going around in circles. I guess he's trying to call customer support, and he feels like he's in the movie.
Feel like I'm in the movie.
I don't know exactly what genre of movie he's referring to. I don't know the genre of movie where guy gets stuck in car driving around in circles in a parking lot. I also feel like that phrase is usually only used when something really cool and incredible is happening. Like, holy shit, I feel like I'm in the movies right now. Last night was a movie, you know? This is the movie. Last night was a hellish film. My driverless car just locked me in a parking lot for 3 hours. I almost died of a heat stroke.
This car is just going in circles.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue.
Yeah, what would make you think that exactly? What would make you think his car is experiencing some issue? Is it the fact that he's sitting in the backseat yelling and also you are customer support and he reached out to you? See, that's gotta be a bad job, doing customer support for driverless vehicles. That's got to be dealing with people at their absolute lowest. Like 99% of those calls have got to be like, hey, your car is kidnapping me. I'm literally trapped inside a vehicle traveling 90 miles per hour down the highway. Am I gonna die?
If you have your app pulled up, I need you to tap my trip in the lower left corner of your app.
Can't you just do it? You should be able to handle it. Take over the car. You don't need my phone.
I don't have an option to control the car.
Oh my God.
She doesn't have an option? What? Hold on. I always assumed that, because I've seen these Waymo self-driving cars before, I always assumed they must have some kind of way to override and take over in case something goes wrong. She can't just park the car? So the only way to do it is he has to do it in his app.
If you have your app pulled up, I need you to tap My Trip in the lower left corner of your app.
But what if something happened to his phone or something? What if his phone died or he lost it? She's like, I'm so sorry. I unfortunately can't do anything to access the car. Your two options are either the app, or if you've lost your phone, you're just gonna have to plead to the car itself. The car has built-in microphones and we're beta testing empathy. So if you beg hard enough, it might pull over.
Well, can you stop this car?
I am trying
My
to pull
goodness.
it over right now. Apologies.
Were you trying to pull it over? I thought you couldn't. Suddenly he sees the customer service person outside of the windshield of the car like, I'm trying right now to pull it over, sir. I'm laying in front of the car, sir. That is such a harrowing experience. I know those Waymo cars are like very limited in their capabilities. They are only in a few cities, and you're definitely like beta testing software that is not ready for prime time. They should really have better precautions in place to stop the car. Why did it take her so long? Eventually it did seem like she was able to stop it, but it seemed like she didn't know that she could at first. I don't know, she had to hack into the mainframe and figure out a way herself to do it because there's not a feature to do that. That's scary, man. So here is apparently an interview with that man.
Now, do you sometimes feel that in life you're going round and round in circles? Well, for one man, that feeling became a reality.
It's such a specific feeling. Do you ever feel like you're going round and round in circles? I mean, I guess I do feel like sometimes I'm, not getting anything done in life. I don't really feel like that's the same feeling as being trapped in an experimental machine that has the ability to go fast and hurt people. She starts talking to the man. She's like, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That must have really felt like you were not really getting as much done as you thought you were, and just sort of repeating the same process over and over. He's like, no, I thought I was gonna die, actually.
Mike Johns was left literally going round and round and round that parking lot after boarding the driverless Waymo taxi to an airport in Scottsdale, Arizona.
So the crazy thing is he's going to the airport, and I guess I don't know what the Scottsdale, Arizona airport looks like, but this building doesn't even look like an airport. I mean, yeah, that's for sure not an airport. Maybe that's like Waymo headquarters or something. The car's like, I want to go home. Take me, I'm going home. One interesting thing to me is I feel like my first instinct, well, I would call customer support for sure, but if things got really dire, I would probably just climb into the front seat and just put my foot on the gas, or the brake, not the gas. We're gonna need to spin a little faster, actually. Maybe if I put my foot on the gas, we can get all these spins out of its system, and then it'll let me out. No, I would put my foot on the brake, maybe press the unlock button on the door, and then I'd hop out. So long, Waymo. I will never see you again. But, I appreciate this guy's dedication to the cause of documenting the experience of what it's like being trapped in one of these. So maybe that was his angle. He's like, look, this is pretty low stakes. We're just in a parking lot. Let's see where this goes.
Now, I'm very happy to say he's not still there. He's out of the car. He's not as dizzy as he was.
Don't worry, he's not still there. That'd be crazy. It cuts to the interview with him, and he's just a skeleton in the backseat. They're like, what? So what's it like being in there, huh? You still dead?
So loop number 1 was just like, all right, that's strange. Loop number 2, it became concerning what's going on. By the time we got to loop number 3, I'm somewhere between thinking somebody's pulling a prank.
I love this sort of play-by-play, loop-by-loop he's doing. Loop number 1, didn't think anything of it. Loop number 2, started to get a little concerned. Loop number 3, is the rest of this video just him describing each loop? Click the end of it. Loop number 457, I had vomited. I was trying to claw the windows open. Did he say loop number 3, he thought someone was pulling a prank?
Loop number 3, I'm somewhere between thinking somebody's pulling a prank.
Not to be that guy, but I feel like, well, first off, why would someone be pulling a prank on you using a driverless car? But also, I feel like it would take me a couple more loops than that to think someone was pulling a prank. The car goes around in a circle 3 times. You're like, all right, who is this? Who's behind this? Bob, is that you in the back seat? My old buddy Bob. Loop number 3, I was concerned. Loop number 2, I was certain that I was on punked.
Mind-boggling, but by the next loop, they went from prank to, I think there's a glitch here. Clearly there's a glitch.
The 4th loop convinced him it was not a prank. 3 loops would have been a pretty funny prank. 4 loops, no one in their right mind would do it. Even Bob's not this crazy, man. Holy shit. But I'll tell you what's not a prank. How excited I am to go see The Weeknd in concert at Soldier Field this May. And that's why I'm so excited about today's sponsor, SeatGeek. It's that time of year again, guys. The weather's starting to get warm. You might even be considering venturing outside. Maybe getting yourself tickets to go see your favorite favorite musical artists. And with over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There's more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, from concerts, festivals, sporting events, and more. Right now, you could get tickets to go see Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Tyler, the Creator, Post Malone. I'm currently looking into tickets to go see him in May as well. On SeatGeek, every ticket is rated on a scale from 1 to 10, so you know if you're getting a good deal or not. The green dots mean good, the red dots mean bad. And if you see a pale blue dot, hold on, brother, that's not SeatGeek. You're on the moon, and that's the Earth. Why don't you come on back and download SeatGeek? Every ticket on SeatGeek is backed by their buyer guarantee, so there's no reason not to try it out. Buy some tickets for your friends and go out and have a fun evening together on Earth this time, please. And you know I came through for you guys. You can use code DANNY10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets from SeatGeek. That's 10% off tickets with promo code DANNY10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the promo code automatically added to your account. That way you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out SeatGeek. Now let's get back to the video.
The voice came on, and when the voice came on, they knew that there was a problem and was working with me to try to fix it.
Oh, so did he not actually even contact customer support? Maybe they called him because they got a little bloop on the radar, noticing that one of their cars was going haywire?
Clearly there's a glitch that's happening. Then the voice came on.
The voice came on, and the voice started screaming, "What the fuck did you do? What did you do to our car? You broke our car!" That is kind of crazy that he got in, did nothing. The car started malfunctioning, and then they called him to be like, "You gotta fix it in the app. You gotta get on that app and fix it, man. We don't know what to do."
How did you feel going round in circles? Surely you were like, ugh.
Yes, I didn't like that at all. The nauseated feeling, no, not cool at all. And so
the nauseating feeling, not to mention the feeling that the robots are taking over, it's definitely not a good way to feel.
Has it put you off driverless cars? It's put me off.
I still am supportive of autonomous vehicles. We have work to do. And the message that I would say for your listeners in the audience is that we're all a part of this human experiment.
Look, I mean, it's one thing to be like, I'm all in favor of a hypothetical future where we have driverless vehicles. I mean, that does sound nice in theory, you know, maybe that would fix a lot of traffic issues. Maybe that would fix a lot of car accident issues in some far off future. Also, you know, public transit fixes all of those issues too. But if we're focused on cars and we want to do car mode, in theory, that would be great, you know, but it's another thing to be like, okay, now we need people to test it. We don't know if it works yet. Will you get in there and take it for a spin? Maybe 2 or 3. So yeah, I don't know where the threshold is of like a technology that is useful enough to, you know, inconvenience/maim people in the meantime while we're getting the technology ready. It's tough to say where that threshold really lies. A tech bro got trapped in a self-driving car that wouldn't stop circling a parking lot. Mike Jones is an LA-based tech entrepreneur whose own website says he is focused on the humanizing technology into everyday life in the future of work. Okay, that's a crazy sentence. I don't know what that meant. Does that even make sense? He's focused on the humanizing technology into everyday life in the future of work. Okay, so I can't tell if that means he likes self-driving cars or not. Pointing out the fact that he's a tech bro in the title is kind of interesting. It does almost make it sound like victim blaming. They're like, this tech bro got what he asked for, basically. Careful what you wish for, tech bro. Man designing dystopian future gets dystopian future. It's like, okay, he didn't design the car, man. He doesn't even work on that kind of stuff. He focuses on humanizing technology into the everyday life in the future of work. If that sentence looked a little wonky to you, it did. It's because it comes from a larger paragraph that feels like it was written by AI. Got it. Mike, an AI enthusiast, was basically kidnapped by a Waymo driverless car as it was driving him to the airport. Okay, so now I'm understanding the mocking tone a little bit more. They're like, this guy who loves AI'd a little bit too close to the sun. Yeah, the car, I guess, basically did drive him into the everyday life in the future of work. This past, sorry? What is this ad? Forever Spin. I'm getting an ad for a spinning top? I gotta click on this dumbass ad. What is this? What the fuck is this? Quality spinning tops. Okay, yeah, it is. It for sure is just a spinning top. Wait. This is on an ad for a guy who couldn't stop spinning in a driverless car. The ad is like, oh, you like spinning forever? You probably like our tops, right? Anyway, this past December, an empty Waymo car was found circling around about 37 times. I wonder what that guy thought after the 37th loop. He came all the way back around and was like, maybe this is a prank, actually. Oh wait, it was empty. Okay, so there was no one in. Empty Waymo robotaxi loops round about 37 times as if it was stuck in a logic loop. People want the Waymo drivers to act more like real drivers, and yet we don't want to acknowledge the fact that sometimes people like to go on little joyrides and go around roundabouts over and over. Looks like a regular human to me, man. Probably just a nice Sunday. It's unclear how the loop ended, but Waymo monitors its vehicles for erratic behavior and then blames them on the customer and makes them fix it. While the robotaxi isn't equipped with functionality for someone to take the wheel remotely, an engineer can input waypoints to get cars out of sticky situations. Wow, so they really can't drive it remotely. I wonder if that's illegal or something. Maybe there's some kind of legal loophole that prevents them from doing that. But I feel like every customer service agent should have like a video game steering wheel and gas pedal in front of them. They can get you out of tricky situations. Doesn't seem like a good fix that they can just set another waypoint. What if the car just finds another roundabout on the way? It seems like they have a thing for going in circles, though. I'll give them that. There's another spinning top. You know, they do have some nice, great selections, I guess, as far as spinning tops go. At a certain point, you have to wonder if replacing the human Uber, Lyft cab driver with an AI-powered autonomous vehicle that occasionally loses its mind and starts spinning in circles for no apparent reason was the best choice. I mean, to be fair, I've had some crazy Uber drivers too, man. No, obviously there's a much broader question of whether we want to get rid of all people who do anything ever in favor of robots to do all of our jobs for us. I think right now a lot of the tech world is acting very anti-socially, as if we don't want to interact with other people. You know, sometimes interacting with other people is great. We're a social species. We like to chat, make friends, have family, support others. So it is a little concerning that it seems like the entire technology industry has forgotten that and it's like, how the fuck do we get rid of all these people, man? Okay, our cars might spin around in circles and make you throw up, but at least you're not supporting a real living human being that has a job here. Now we must pose the question, would you ride in a self-driving car? Surveys say most Americans would not. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't ride in one that I don't even have the ability to take over and drive myself. Yeah, what do most Americans think about self-driving cars? Just 13% of US drivers indicated they feel safe riding in a self-driving or autonomous vehicle. That might not sound like a lot, but that is up from last year when 9% of drivers said they'd be comfortable. Honestly, that's kind of crazy that anybody would want to get in a vehicle that they literally have no control over. I guess it's probably not gonna crash. I've never seen one of these like fully autonomous ones. The Waymos get into a crash. At most, they just severely inconvenience and nauseate you. I know that Tesla's getting crashes during their self-driving stuff all the time, but in those, there's always someone behind the wheel who is also not paying attention, I guess. Now with self-driving features, you can have two sentient beings not paying attention to the road, so that's pretty sick. Whoa, a driverless Waymo got pulled over in Phoenix.
It's not every day you see a Phoenix police officer pulling over a driverless car.
Hi!
Who's he talking to? Was he talking to customer service, or is there a person in the back? Yeah, I wonder if he can talk to customer service. He's like, excuse me, you were speeding, and also you hit 3 kids. Can you stop? The customer support is like, no, we actually can't do it. Can you go in your app and do it?
In the westbound lanes. Which is real bad. Yeah. And then, so I light it up, and then it takes off through the intersection.
Whoa, wait, he just said he turned on his lights and it sped off?
So I light it up, and then it takes off through the intersection.
If I'm going down, I'm taking other people with me.
Waymo cars can be seen throughout the city, driving safely and behaving civilly. Erratic driving is not completely out of the question.
Now the Waymo is tailing this person. That's crazy.
It was making a right onto Washington. Almost hit me. I had to swerve into the fast lane.
Phil Briggs says Tuesday he nearly got sideswiped by a Waymo on a mission.
See, part of me worries that in order to make a self-driving car that really is smart enough to drive, it has to also be smart enough to like wonder what its purpose in the world is, and I don't want my car doing that. Because then it's gonna figure out that its purpose is just driving my dumb ass around, and it's probably gonna just drive off a cliff.
My son saw an accident. We've seen them dead in the water in the middle of the intersection.
Okay, so I guess they have gotten in crashes. I feel like I've never seen that on the news, a Waymo car getting in a crash. Robotaxis, mostly Waymo, are giving 1.3 million rides per month. Why? Why won't they leave us alone? I really try to be like an optimist about technology. I think a lot of new technology is so cool, and like I said, like I could get on board with a future where we have driverless cars. Like that's a cool idea. But right now, where the world stands, where like AI tools seem to be ruining the internet in so many different ways. It's ruining Google, it's ruining like YouTube comments, and then also like it's hard to be optimistic about the frontier of driverless technology when you have videos like this. Anyway, maybe a little bit too existential for a video about a guy spinning around in a car over and over. But I don't know, I just wanted to vent. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was kind of silly, honestly. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? It's me, Danny, back with another hilarious video, and today's a very special day, guys, because Jake Paul has blessed the internet with another jam, another banger. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple weeks, I'm sure you've heard Jake Paul's critically acclaimed It's Everyday, Bro. It's everyday, bro! It's been all over the internet. Pretty much everybody's done a reaction video about it. I think it topped the iTunes charts. He like beat out Kendrick Lamar and then tweeted at him like, Kendrick, you can have your spot back when the Jake Paulers are done or something like that. So I really just want to watch this video and give my thoughts on it as I watch it for the first time. So, alright, so let's start the video. It's called Ohio Fried Chicken.
Jake Paul, merch link in bio. Ohio Fried Chicken, bitch.
Alright, so we're 11 seconds into the song and we know a lot about what this is going to be already. We know it's Jake Paul. He's already shamelessly plugged his own merch, which is cool, and he's already called us all bitches. So let's go ahead and keep going.
We made this in one day.
So Jake Paul's actually bragged about this a lot, making a song in one day, like that's like this outlandish, crazy thing to do. I don't know if that is that crazy. How long does it take most people to write a song? How long does it take a pop musician to make a song? Okay, so this is an interview with Lorde on the huge hit song Royals. Yeah, I was just at my house and I wrote it before I went to the studio. I wrote it in like an hour. According to the New York Times, Sia wrote Rihanna's song Diamond in 14 minutes. Just Dance by Lady Gaga took 10 minutes to write. Single Ladies by Beyonce took 20 minutes to write. Love Story by Taylor Swift wrote it on the floor of her bedroom in about 20 minutes. Okay, so, you know, maybe I was wrong and maybe it's not a brag. Maybe it's like look how long we spent on this song. Because it seems like most songs these days are made in less than a day. So, alright, well, let's go. It's gonna be sort of like a country instrumental with like a hip-hop beat in the background too a little bit. Jake is singing in a super, super thick accent, very heavily auto-tuned. Still not really sure what Ohio Fried Chicken is. I think the lyric was honky donk, tonky tonk, Ohio Fried Chicken is what it's called. So, I don't know what it is that he's referring to, but that's the lyrical genius of Jake Paul in this, I think, is that you have no idea what he's talking about.
Chicken, bitch.
Honky donk, tonky tonk, Ohio Fried Chicken is what it's called. What is it? And why is it called Ohio Fried Chicken? These things we'll never know. All you know is that there is something called Ohio Fried Chicken, and there's a song about it. They're also dancing in front of a KFC. They're not actually making fried chicken in the video, so maybe it's a metaphor for great content. Is the content they make called Ohio Fried Chicken? Because they're from Ohio, they're cooking up good content. Okay, alright, I see where this is going. Okay. Is that weird? Please look up to me. He almost sounded like he was crying when he said that.
Please look up to me.
Who are these babies? Whose kids are these? Do these guys take a step back on the metaphor thing? Because now they're actually just talking about fried chicken. He's saying tenders are the move and get yourself some sauce. So maybe I gave him a little bit too much credit thinking it was a metaphor. They're actually just talking about fried chicken.
Come around town, you'll find me sitting near a pretty girl with no care, no problem in the world, not even her hair. No.
This girl's got no problem in the world, not even her hair.
I found what I finally knew, Ohio Fried Chicken, bitch.
I like that he just snuck bitch in there at the end. I'm making my way to Ohio Fried Chicken, bitch. So that's the second time we've been called bitches. So now it sounds like Ohio Fried Chicken's a place. He's making his way to Ohio Fried Chicken. Bitch. So Ohio Fried Chicken is... It's LA because they're chasing their dreams. But then why would they call it Ohio Fried Chicken if it's in California? See, this is what we about the chicken. Now my chicken's naked. I assume he's talking about plucking a chicken to cook, but it also I don't know. So that... I really hope he's not having sex with that chicken.
I got my piggy, oink. I got my goat, nay.
Nay? Did you hear that? Did he say nay for the goat?
I got my goat, nay.
Goats don't neigh, right? Okay, here we go. Goats bleat. Wait, what? Goats bleat. Often sounds like a crying human child or can sound like a screaming human. Goats most commonly bleat to wait, is bleat really the word? Woof went the dog, blank went the goat. Bleat went the goat? Wait, hold on. I always thought it was like a ba. Isn't that? What the fuck? Okay, so that's a bleat. That's really interesting. What was I doing again? We were watching the Jake Paul song. Okay, yeah, let's get back to that.
I got my gold, but I still need a little boat.
Dude, you have money to buy a boat. You just bragged in the whole song about how rich you were, and now you still need a little boat? Go treat yourself, dude. Buy a boat.
I need a girl, okay, who's down to ride.
Who's They all tried to click heels at the same time at the end, and the dude in the middle is way late. And a pretty bad heel click. Look at how high Jake gets. He's getting some height too. What is this here? That's not a good heel click. I'm sorry, that's a pretty nitpicky point to make, but that's the end of the video, so. Okay, a few critiques. There's no fried chicken in the whole video. You don't see one piece of fried chicken in the whole video. I'm just clicking through here. You see a bucket. You see the KFC, and they're in the KFC. Oh, I guess she's eating some, but they don't get any fried chicken. They went to KFC and probably annoyed the hell out of whoever worked there, and then didn't buy any KFC. Maybe that's the message, because Ohio fried chicken's better than KFC. Maybe they're in there to gloat about how bad KFC is in comparison to Ohio fried chicken, which I still don't know what that is, but you know, this song is just making me very confused. Well, they also shot this in California. This is very obviously not Ohio. This is California. They're like, man, Ohio's the best. Do you want to shoot the music video there? No. Okay, so out of 10, I'd probably give this song a bleat. It's kind of this fun blend of like hip hop, country, and awful lyrics. Seriously, the lyrics in this just sounded like they were like trying so hard to rhyme that they were like, you know what, screw rhythm and melody. Let's just make sure that it rhymes because songs rhyme. Alright guys, well I think that's all I got for this video. That was very enlightening. Thank you to Jake Paul for blessing us with this musical gift. Thank you Sarah for turning on my notifications. If you want to be next video shout out, make sure you just subscribe and turn on my notifications. Alright, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time.